Hello and welcome! Welcome to Dragon Memoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons. More specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. And right now, 4 people and a frozen camera playing Dungeons & Dragons. Hopefully, our missing member will be able to fix his computer before too long. Alright, so...
What's up?
What was I going to say?
No, busy.
Yes. So, if you're not into Dungeons & Dragons right now and you found yourself here by accident, well, don't worry. If you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, they give suggestions, so you can pick one, and we hope you'll have a pleasant evening. For everyone else who actually wants to be here, watching us, watching Dungeons & Dragons, watching us play Dungeons & Dragons, and now we finally are 5. Well, it's a good thing, because we are playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight, and hopefully you will have a pleasant evening. If you enjoy the thunderstorm in the background, ambient mixer, we use it for most of the ambience. I will add more, I promise. I wanted to add a very snowy version right now, but unfortunately you can't hear snowfall, so... might have been a little boring, but I will be adding more. If you see battle map, like we will most likely have in a few moments, because we left at the beginning of a battle, it's Dungeon Alchemists and world maps, Wonder Draft. Yay! Publicity's done. So, well, my publicity's done. I don't know if you have any publicities. No? We're not sponsored by anyone? None of you have managed to snag it? No? Okay.
I mean,
None of you have talked with my publicist.
Yeah. Sponsored by Relentless Rebel, sorry. Probably not even an ambassador for them anymore.
Okay. Well, you know. Eventually, one day, we might get a sponsor. But for now, it's just us, and it gives us a whole lot of freedom. Should have seen what we were talking about before the stream started. So, yeah, that's about everything we have to say for publicities. So, well, let's get inside of the game itself right away. So, last episode. Last episode. The party finally made its way to the station, where they need to leave one member of their expedition in order to secure their way inside of their ultimate goal. The Spire at the center of the map. The island chain. After a bit of reconnaissance, some shopping, and further development of their plans, they all reconvened at the local inn for a meal and possibly to rent a room for the night, but that wasn't sure yet. As their last friend was arriving, however, a commotion in the street drew their attention. In the town square, they found the family of the Innkeeper being questioned about a group of rebels, similar in composition to what our heroes have. Well, in appearance. Unfortunately, in a desperate attempt to spare their family from further interrogation, I should say violent interrogation, the Innkeeper's family sold out our adventurers. And that is mostly where we left off. We actually left off approximately 6 seconds later. As let's change the background for this. Let's change the music for this. As combat started, and why is it running like this? Okay, cool. Combat started, and well, as you can see, we ended at the very end of the round because Jorg was missing, and he was the last one with initiative, and so we start the stream with him on his turn.
Jorg, welcome to the combat.
Welcome. Yeah, Jorg suddenly snaps out of it, and no longer rather than looking freaked out, he's now just angry.
All right. So I don't know if you had time to watch at least a bit of the episode, knowing what happened.
I did.
You did? All right.
Yep.
So you know that the family of the poor innkeeper got tortured in the middle of this very public place. And although as Jorg, you do not know why the enemy can see even though they're blind, you have suspicion that they might have another way of seeing, because apparently it is not affecting them all that much, the fact that some of them are now blinded. You did not see... You're not in a position where you can see that someone had that chains were launched at audience. So you do not know about this element. The things that you know from where you are is that the lowest grade of the enforcers, those who are in red on the map, the nil-E's, are probably not that resilient, because Fisher nearly... Is he the one that tore through one in nearly... That's the one at the... Yes.
I think so. He did.
I
Me
got
and
one pretty
Fisher,
low.
Fisher and I both wounded
one
one.
blew itself up attacking.
Nearly.
I also had one grappled.
None of them have been destroyed, but one of them nearly blew itself to pieces, attacking Sachet, and the explosion of ice from her ice armor nearly obliterated it. And Fisher nearly destroyed one, unleashing all of its attack.
I think 4 of them are technically at least injured right now.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 of them, yes, but one is
Oh,
not
3
in,
and then one's hurt.
One is
Yeah,
not
I
in the
have-
field of vision of Jorg. He can't see.
And
The worst one is grappled, and Cuddles is in the smoke with me.
It's just, yeah. Oh, I can't place my totem where I can't see.
Oh shit! Alright, we gotta get an upgrade. Joy can also see through my smoke.
Yeah,
Just
because
George, nobody else.
in the smoke would be perfect, but I think 5, 10.
Well, you know, there's always this element of you can always see right in front of you. You could just start walking inside the smoke cloud and put it right between your legs. You can see there. But
I'm not gonna do that. I know there's one in there with Toby. Wait, what's the yellow one again?
The yellow one
Civvy.
is Civvy.
It's a civvy unit.
Yeah.
Stronger,
I'm gonna
and
do-
you've heard it give orders, so you know that it's brighter than the others.
It's the ones that are similar to Civ.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna go right to C12, and then I'm gonna stick the totem at F12. It's the bear totem.
Oh, if you
Mine-
also weren't aware, I should mention our friend Sachet did get hurt. It is hurt right now. Just
Is
to
that
be
the
aware of that as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, right?
She's
Wait.
on O. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
sorry, I should be more. I'm going to clarify.
Yes.
It's like she has been hurt with respect to a lot of her armor of Agatha's temporary hit points were removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not she. Okay, I should clarify. Yes, she has not been injured. She was hit.
Okay. the totem has a 30-foot radius, so I think if I stick it on F12, it'll reach her. It's 15, 20, 25.
The thing is, I'm not sure if she'll actually take them because.
Yeah,
Armor
she
bag at
might
this.
still have.
She's out.
No, not completely.
Oh,
Also,
okay. Then, yeah.
would I, with a high wisdom, would I be able to figure that they have tremor sense, or is it? I'm assuming I don't know they have tremor sense. Or is that like a pretty high possibility since I know they can see somehow?
Well, let's just say that you'd have to roll a very, very high investigation roll in order to deduce that from the information you have.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna summon a 2-pack of dire wolves.
Alright, so...
He's summoning, okay.
Alright, so where did you place your totem? You said
F12.
12? Okay.
And then we all get 13 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah. Wait a minute. I want to make sure your allies gain advantage. Each creature of your choice in the aura when the spirit. Okay, so it doesn't say that I have to be able to see, which is good.
To see the person that receives it. No, I guess...
Yeah.
A
Because
13
it
temptation.
can change during a battle who you can see and not see, so it makes a little bit of sense.
I have one big question.
Yes.
Is the body bag made in D&D Beyond?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Sorry.
You're good. I just wanted to know, can I body bag a live person?
Normally I'd say no, but there's an interesting question with a humanoid-shaped construct. Technically,
That's
it's
what I was
not
wondering.
alive.
Dang. That makes me feel bad for Fisher, but yeah, keep going.
Now, technically, it wouldn't be alive, so it meets the criteria of the body bag. But I've never actually took the time to figure out what happened if you put an undead in there. And undeads and constructs share a lot of similarities regarding that.
You could decide when it becomes to my turn, like while we're doing everything.
Okay.
All right. So, it's a 2-pack because it's a pack
Okay.
of wolves, and I can only summon 2 of them.
Where do you put them?
I will put them on. I'll do one at C7, and the NPCs are the family,
Yes.
and the one that got chucked is on F.
Yeah,
Five.
and actually, I should move them because their turn has passed also. The mother is not being restrained, and the father is no longer being restrained because Fisher cut pieces out of the melee, so they would have been able to bunch up together, make sure their daughter is alright. So it would free up the space. So C7, you put one there, isolating Sachet on one side of the battleground, and where did you put the other one?
I'm gonna put him on G12 and tell it to go in the smoke and help Toby. And then they.
Wait, who is the NPC behind me?
It's Georg's totem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should
Who is that?
I should try to make a token specifically for this.
That's just a T. Oh, well, no, that's me. Never mind.
And they get 13 initiative.
Alright, so I'm gonna add this to yours. Jorg. 13.
Do they have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing and smell? So they have keen hearing and smell. Does that help them in the smoke?
The smell won't help them, but hearing might.
Okay.
So if they have advantage going inside of the smoke, at worst, it would be a flat roll for them to find themselves. So, at least no disadvantage.
Okay. Cool.
Alright.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, so
I've got a big dire wolves.
on their turn, they're gonna attack the inside of this sphere of influence. Alright. In that case, we go back to the top of the initiative, which is Remy and Sachet. I believe Remy has a higher dexterity than Sachet, so Remy, you go first.
I mean, it would be hilarious if Sachet had like a 21 or something, but
I can check, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a 21.
But I do have to ask, like that building next to the constructs and audience, like the one to the right there, like does it have windows?
Yes, there is a window at K14 and a window at between G and H 14.
Okay, cool. Remy is going to go straight through the walls in the building.
Jumping. Oh yeah, that's right. You're still.
Yeah, it's like it's for those who do not remember. I am currently not on the same plane of existence as everybody else.
All right.
He will move initially to.
That's right. From everyone else's point of view, Cuddles is lost inside of this sphere of darkness. But for you, you can actually see his actual size. His butt is sticking out of Tobiyashi's smoke cloud.
Yeah, so Remy is going to move to J15 initially.
Okay.
Then he's going to use his bonus action to return to his original plane.
Although I guess it should probably be more discreet. Just a.
And then suddenly a crash through the window as Remy casts a very, I guess, like ethereal-looking web spell.
Okay.
On like beginning, like the beginning top left square is K10.
Okay.
And then extends to 13, and then and then both of those extend down to N.
All right. So the two units there have been stuck in a web spell, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, that's correct. Just like breaks the window, like a web appears right in front of you, audience, just like like a bunch of strings of like ethereal webbing to start like covering the entire area.
And
And
I have to
Spider-Man
ask,
appears.
is that a persisting web? Like, so if audience steps in it, will it also entangle him? Or is it a, like...
It is the normal web spell.
Okay.
So yes.
Because
Yes,
it doesn't
alright.
because it doesn't have any places to stick on walls. It basically does the same thing as when one of Spider-Man capsules explode. It just go, and then suddenly it all falls slowly to the ground, entangling everyone who was inside, and making it very sticky for those who might want to walk on it.
Okay. Good to know. Got it.
Spider-Man was on top of the building, and then he left right after that. After that,
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
And then Raimi drops prone and scooches himself to yeah, he'll drop prone and then like scooch to J 15 because he hoping that he didn't just make it
So,
for himself.
because I did not want you overload what the map had, I did not create the interior of the bakery. Just remember that it is a bakery you are inside. There are counters. There's probably a inside mill to mill down the bags of flowers, and probably half a dozen people cowering in the different corners.
All right, then Raimi slightly like it doesn't change anything. He still drops prone and then like moves like 1 square forward. It's like but then like looks to everybody else and just kind of like makes the.
Remy, while you're in there, you should steal all the cinnamon rolls.
We need more cinnamon rolls.
Audience needs to seduce the Shay. Alright, then it is Sashay's turn. Now, Tobiyashi, I need you to be very honest with this answer. On your turn, you used your silk to grab
The grapple.
Cuddles and bring it
Yeah, with one arm.
inside of the sphere of darkness that you placed.
Yep.
When your turn ended, did you kept looking at the Civ E in front of you, or did you avert your gaze?
Oh no, I definitely, because after I did that, I was trying to further my grapple on the Civi unit,
Yes.
so I probably would have looked at the Civi unit.
All right. So, unfortunately, Cuddles cannot attack the Civi unit.
No.
He cannot go where he can be seen. So, where can he go? Well, I hope that Fisher doesn't mind getting his prey stolen.
I think that's okay.
He's just gonna pull him into the smoke real quick.
Yeah, you're
fighting this thing and then it just disappears.
You're probably there fighting this creature, and you notice that he has 1 foot on the inside of the smoke screen, and then suddenly you just see him go inside, and you hear.
I'm just looking at
Time
the
for
Civi
an
unit,
all-out
trying not to
attack.
look, trying not to look to the right while I hear all this. I'm just like, he's doing his job. Just let him.
And you know, the way that it all crunches and you hear bits of crystals falling on the ground, you sort of had this moment of, oh man, if it was organic thing, that would have been awful. So, and you hear the crunching.
Remy now knows it's the size of like a large bear, so could do that.
Okay, so, and unfortunately, because of how everything is placed, he can't attack anyone else outside of the sphere. So, unfortunately, so long as Tobiyashi is keeping his attention on the most dangerous enemy on the field, he can attack this creature.
All right.
That means this is his turn. And I remove this one.
By the way, did you misspeak, or did you skip Sachet's turn?
No. The beast has a much higher dexterity than Sachet, so he goes before her. Although he goes on her turn. So...
Okay, I just wasn't sure like how the... it's not like we have a physical tornado we can see, so it's like...
Alright. Oh.
Sashi.
Alright. Her, on her side, noticing that she's been isolated from everyone else and cut in a pincer position,
Where is she?
She's on the other side of Jorg's huge dire wolf.
Where
Remember,
Onak
we're using
is?
the Ornak token.
Yes, I did not
Oh,
have
yeah.
a
Ornak
S
is-
token for her.
I forgot.
But she does have something to compensate for this. 5, 10, 15.
I was wondering when we planted Onak.
We did not.
No.
That's your hands.
Because that wouldn't have drawn any attention at all. Just
Ornak just
animate
turned
tree
into
walking down.
Ornak just turned into a beautiful tiefling woman, and for some reason, the audience started paying attention to him.
Even more. Alright, so she uses Misty Step to disappear from where she is and reappear right in front of Jorg. She takes one step back, so she has...
Step for the win.
She gives a clear line of sight for Jorg to see what's happening. I believe... Eldritch Blast is an action cantrip, so she can attack the one that was nearly destroyed because of her. That's a miss, that's a hit, that's a miss. Fortunately, she only needed to hit once. Oops, I'm not cut up in my wires. And
We love warlocks and their Eldritch Blasts.
yeah, she lets loose 3 bolts. 2 of them miss, but one of the third one hits square on and decapitates the unit. Well, not decapitate, but it goes deep inside and it goes just limp on the floor. Not doing anything, not moving. And she will scream to everyone, "Do not let the chain drag you!" Fortunately, she only has 6 seconds, so this is everything she can say.
I don't want to
Chains.
let the train drag me.
Well, audience is the only one who saw this up close. Unfortunately, Fisher, Jorg, and Tobiyashi did not see the chains, but audience and Remy actually do know at least what the chains refers to. They refer to
Yeah.
actual chains. And that is everything she can do. Which
Wait, whose turn is it next?
it is Fisher's turn.
Okay. Okay, so, I.
You're in an awkward position.
Yeah.
You just saw something that's very reminiscent of most horror movie, except now it's the bad guy that got
Yeah.
grabbed and pulled into the shadows.
So this. Am I aware of this one up at B5 around the corner?
Because it attacked Sachet, and there was an explosion of ice. Yeah, you could be aware that there's something in melee range there. You're not exactly sure what it is, but you are aware that there's something at melee range. Fortunately, you have a huge beast that you have to go around if you want to get there.
Yeah. And then if I did kill it, I'd be so far away from everything. So I think I'm gonna let the wolf try and deal with it. And instead, I am going to try and move down and help audience. I don't believe I can get past the other wolf.
Well, if you don't mind walking for 10 feet inside of darkness, you can always put your hand on its butt and go around it. You'll be able to get there.
Right, that other NPC token is a totem,
Yes.
not a person.
Can we get flanked with the totem?
Yes, absolutely. The
Right.
totem can flank you.
I think I'm actually just going to. Yeah, because I could only get to somewhere in I, right? Like I 11 or 12.
30 feet, so that means it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could actually get all the way to I-12.
At 12. Without being in the smoke.
I think I'm actually just going to, because that doesn't quite get me close enough.
Well, you could still use a ranged attack spell if you still have your...
Action.
I do. My ranged attack spell is fire damage, and that would burn away the web. So I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
Just come in the smoke with me.
But there's a scary thing in the smoke.
Drescher doesn't like the scary thing.
Yeah. Also, me being there might. I don't
he might
need to
attack
be
you.
there.
He might attack you, honestly.
It's a safety hazard. The one at K13, it's currently restrained in the web?
I did not roll its...
Nobody rolls until their turn actually happens.
Until their turn starts, so
So
it's not.
They are in
Okay,
the web.
yeah.
They're not doing
Technically, they're
yeah.
surrounded by web, but you do not you do not know yet if it's going to hold and keep them restrained.
Okay, yeah, then I will go to I-12. And I will...
Ready in action.
No, I will pull out my whip
Okay.
and whip him. That's Jorg.
Now we got chains and whips.
Oh yeah, that's Jorg.
Extend stones,
Whip it
may
real
break
good.
my bones. I can't sing more than that.
Whips excite me. No.
Now that's exactly what I was thinking of. Come on.
Yeah, so I'll just go to holding my greatsword just in one hand so that I can pull out the whip and attack the
Whip it.
one at K13 with the whip.
All right.
No.
That's 20 to hit.
That is enough.
Or sorry, I need to get a D4 out. Hey. 10 damage.
Nice.
And another attack is a 16 to hit.
16 is not enough.
Okay. So just the one hit for 10 damage.
All right. Well, it was already damaged. You managed to further damage the unit.
That's my turn.
All right. So that was Fisher, which means we go down
This
to...
is a song I hear every time Fisher whips something.
Alright, so now we go to the enemy at 14. Alright, first saving throw. So the saving throw is dexterity or strength for a web.
Oh, sorry. The initial save is dexterity.
Dexterity. That's a considerable fail. That is too close to call. Total of 16.
Like, I'm pretty sure 16 beats well. Let me check.
All right.
Be kind of surprised if your casting stat was that high.
No, 16 beats.
All right. So the one at N is not caught in the web, but the one at K is completely bogged down in the webs. Having rolled a 7 on his save for the web. Alright. So now what will they do? This one steps forward. Steps forward, can't move. This one will probably attack. This one will probably attack. And this one comes back in range because it is obvious that combat has started. So the two that went in the street where Remy had made a noise come back. Which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
Oh, I forgot about those.
4, 5. All right, the one.
I didn't, which is why I didn't stay there.
Smart.
They're everywhere. Sorry.
All right, so the one in front of audience will try to hit audience. I don't even need to mention what it rolled.
Audience looks disappointed.
You notice that he's all bogged down in Remy's webbing. He's trying to hit you, but the webbing is just holding back every move he makes. You just watch him nearly laughing at his poor attempt to hit you, while all of this webbing is just holding him back. And you nearly have... It's nearly slow enough to you just slap the weapon out of the way as it's coming toward you.
No.
Alright.
You feel great that this is happening on the reverse end this time.
The one weeks you looked at me. Sorry.
Tobiyashi. The one in...
Attacking me?
Of course.
Oh no.
He can't see the other one moving at blinding speed inside of the smoke. So
Think about this, Toby. Though, if you go unconscious, then Cuddles can attack the monster.
Next turn, I'ma just close my eyes and be like, do what you want.
That's one way of solving the problem. Okay, so we have 23.
I can't lightning bolt this guy because they'll hit the NPCs.
And the worst of it is that I did not think about this when I put them there. So it is genuine. They're just there and taking care of their daughter. So it's a grand total of 23 for the attack. Then 20, not natural, and 18.
Wait, to hit? Wait,
To
say
hit.
that again? One more time.
23, 20,
Mhm.
not natural, and 18.
They all hit.
They all hit. You're gonna get carved into bits.
Alright, what's the first damage?
Alright. Two hand. Alright, so the first one is a 14 damage.
Okay, so my temp HP is gone. And then 1 HP on this, so give me 1 second, let me take that away.
How much HP are you at right now, Toby?
1 second. I'm trying to calculate real quick. I'm at 48 HP.
Oh, that's
You
good.
should be
You can
fine
at
for
least
this
take
round.
2 more hits.
Yeah.
15 points of damage for the second attack.
Alright.
And... oh, that one is a low one. 11 points of damage on the third attack.
Alright, I'm looking horrible. I'm at 22 now.
On the last hit, you have this moment of... and you feel a splash of blood coming out of you. Ah! You probably all
It's like-
hear him just go from inside of the
Whoa,
smoke.
whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. I've been tortured a lot. I don't make a no.
Well,
No, I would make a noise. I'd be like, "Ugh."
I don't mind if you don't want to make a single noise. I was gonna say letting at least Jorg know that you've been injured, but if you want to remain silent, that's okay. I don't mind.
No, I'll make a gasp. I'll make a gasp. I'll be like, ah. But that's only
Unfortunately,
Jorg.
it sounded a little too much like he was enjoying it, so Jorg is
Yeah. It sounds like I'm moaning a little bit.
There's just
Coming
what's going
from the
on in that
smoke.
fog.
Who knows?
What's going on in that fog? Cuddles, Toby.
Alright, as for everyone else... Alright. He can't move. To break the web, it's an action and it's strength. Is that it?
Oh yeah, it makes a strength check
Okay.
against my spell save DC.
Did it already try and hit me? Or was that a different one that
Yeah,
The strength check is 12.
it is still stuck there.
Alright, so this one is stuck and it used its action. Which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using.
Oh.
Alright, so the first one on at the top is extends its hand and you see. That's right. Alright. You see 2 small holes appear and they each spit forward a chain. One of them completely misses the dire wolf. The other one, however, you need to make a contested roll, strength roll. Because the chain is trying to grapple the wolf. So Jorg, the wolf at C and D, there is an attempt, a grapple attempt made on.
Remember, the bear
Okay.
does give him advantage.
Yeah. I should have summoned the wolves before I did the bear.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention it because I didn't want to rub the cigarette in the wound.
I got a plus 3, so an 18.
Total of 18.
Yeah.
They rolled a total of 22. So the chain wraps around and starts pulling.
Oh.
Which one is doing this?
The one at C15. So,
C.
one,
Basically,
Or-
top left.
Oh, that one.
Or
okay.
C5.
Not the one. Not
two,
C5.
5, right?
C5.
C5. Yes,
It didn't
sorry.
move.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I was confused. I was like C15.
Sorry.
It's like, is this 10?
Yeah, there's one under the
Turned into
tent.
a villain. I didn't know they got a mimic ability out here. Jesus.
So the chain drags the wolf, unfortunately, 3 square, so it touches the place where the beginning of the chain is. The moment that Jorg Fortunately, Jorg is the only one who can see this because of the fog. No, Tobiashi can also see it because he can see through his fog. I don't know. Is Tobiashi there right now? Because I don't see him on his camera.
Oh, I guess not.
Tobiashi.
I'd like to
sees
imagine
it.
that the chain actually just like turned into a leash.
Well, it's a grapple attempt, so it could have wrapped itself around its neck.
I'm back. What's happening?
I was just saying, Jorg and Tobiashi, you can actually see what happens there because Tobiashi, you can see through your smoke, and Jorg, you are in a very good position for this. You see the chain wrap around the neck of the beast, pull it, and the moment that it arrives where the base of the chain is, the hole expands, and you just see the chain drag your wolf inside. And it just disappears. You lose contact with it. The hole closes, and that is it.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
Kirby? No.
He opened up his mouth
A
and
wolf
changed
construct
himself.
appeared.
So, just to reassure people, it can't drag you 60 feet away in a single turn.
No. But it can drag a wolf 10 feet.
You know that it can drag someone at least 10 feet inside of a round, yes. Alright, so, this one here sees audience, so he's gonna try and do the same thing to audience.
Which one is this?
The one at J5
J5.
is trying to chain you up.
Show the one all the way over here. Oh, 5, 10, 15. Oh, they got a long range on that.
Oh, yes. Alright.
What's that?
Get
contested
over
strength?
here!
Yes, it is a contested roll for this. The first one, I am pretty sure...
Strength or strength saving throw?
No, it's a grapple attempt. The chain reaches out and grapples you and tries to pull. Essentially,
So
what happens is they're not using the chain. They're summoning the hole. Something on the other side is throwing the chain and pulling you in.
No, that's fine. That's strength. Okay.
But if it's a grapple attempt, you can use athletics.
Yes.
Oh, I should use...
Athletics or acrobatics.
Yes.
Whichever
Yeah.
is higher.
That's a 16.
16. It's actually 15. You feel it grab you, but unfortunately you're strong enough to pull away and man, that was a hard grab.
I guess my shirt rips.
Yes,
I
mid
It
combat,
just ripped
you have
the
this
shirt.
moment where you pull and your muscle starts to bulge and
I have a question.
yes.
You said that I could use my what abilities called because I never use it. My deflect missiles with my silk, right?
Yes. I believe I did say that at one point. Yes,
So,
It-
would I be able to deflect the chains with it? But it would grab onto the silk, right?
definitely it would grab onto the silk, but the silk needs to already be out. Right now, you do not have the ability to summon.
Yeah,
silk.
that's what I'm saying. I already have the silk on someone, so
So yeah, technically
wondering.
you could try and divert this, but since you are technically grabbing the chain, it
it would
just transfers
grab
it to
onto the
you.
silk. Yeah. All right.
and it becomes a tug of war. Okay, the second one can only see audience, so he's gonna also go for audience. Make 2 rolls this time, because the first one tried to do both twice, but the roll was so low. It was below the minimum you can roll.
That's an 18 on the first roll and a
Oh,
27
and my camera's gone
and a
again.
27 on the second roll.
Oh man, couldn't you have rolled the opposite? All right. Alright, neither attempt succeed. The first one, you sort of laughably just pull on it and it goes away. The other one, you rolled pretty high, but it also rolled pretty high. So it grabs, it pulls, but just as it was trying to pull you and force you to make one step forward, you manage to pull it out, and you hear one of the link of the chain snaps, and it just vanish, as if it wasn't a physical thing, more like a summon spell. The chain just evaporates.
I'm pretty good against these chains.
Chains and whips excite you.
Yeah. This is just a good time all around. I'm shirtless now. Can't you tell?
I could see it. No, better than shirtless.
Yeah, it's torn in right.
Wisps of a shirt.
It's torn in all the right places.
My muscles.
Yeah. So now you are, yeah. And you have Remy looking at this, and there's a door right next to you, so you can look through the window. Good fight. So the one at M8 throws one chain to Fisher and one chain to Audience. Audience, you do not have to roll. I believe that no matter what, you can roll higher than 5. So, Fisher, you make a roll.
Just one roll?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that should be 26.
That is enough.
No. Yes, 26.
That is enough. They rolled a 21 in total. So, also you. It's still a pretty good roll. You feel the chain grab on, and just like Audience, it starts pulling you, but before you make one step forward and crash into Audience as it's trying to pull you, you manage to yank it back and... damn! What are those things? And the last one tries to... Well, he would have wanted to try and grab Audience and Fisher, but Fisher is just behind Audience, so let's go all out with Audience on both.
How many rolls am I making?
Make 2 rolls.
2 rolls, got it. That's a 26 on the first one.
Success.
And...
Dude, this bear totem.
And a
right
24 on the second one.
Close call, but still good.
Yeah, I will say the advantage with the +8 athletics is makes it hard with these chains.
Randy is so happy he's in the bakery right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, do please keep targeting the 2 characters with 20 strength. That would be
Alright, so...
that is good right now, who they're targeting.
Once again, Audience, and also that you have an increased motivation as you see your foot slightly slide nearly on Remy's spell, but you manage to... Alright, I believe that is all of their action for this turn. Which means we are at... That's them at 14. Tobiashi... No, the wolf at 13.
The wolves.
Well, wolf... Oh, singular. Yeah, there's only one left.
Just singular. When he goes into the smoke, does he need to roll anything to find the guy?
Like I said, no. He's moving. There's... Because of the keen sense, I'd say he can hear what's happening.
Okay.
To hit, he's not going to have any advantage, but that's okay.
Yeah. He's going to go in just to GH 1011 and attack that guy in there with a bite. Well,
Nice.
yeah, 7 does not hit.
Does your attack
Okay.
use strength? Okay, you get advantage. on your
You
second
see-
attack roll.
You see your...
I mean, it would be used strength.
Technically.
That's I'm not. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. So
Oh, does he get
Yeah.
They do have pack tactics, though.
What do
a
you?
wolf advantage on attack rolls against creatures? Oh.
Grapple.
Tobiyashi is there and is grappling the creature. Yeah.
It should have advantage anyway. You should get advantage. I think it's
How's a nat 1 sound?
Incredible.
So it would have stayed. So it would have stayed with the 2. So the 7 was correct.
He bites me instead.
No, unfortunately, he bites the silk. You know, so everything goes inside of this.
He just bites the smoke and it goes away.
You know, he's not seeing all that well. He's relying on its other sense. So it bites and then realizes that it just bit in the well behind the creature. All right, so
Oh, it's my turn?
yeah,
Bites it. Does he get advantage on knocking the guy down, even though it's the opponent making a strength save instead of the wolf?
The well.
Because of the bear. Because the the guy would have to make a strength save to not be knocked prone. So would the guy get disadvantage, or does the bear?
But that's on a hit.
Yeah,
It's on a hit. Yeah.
Just
The
in
bear
theory.
one doesn't affect that. It only...
Yeah,
Oh.
he's asking when it happens.
I thought it would affect that.
No.
Yeah.
But
they-
if you want, I can
it's
make a
DC.
roll for the
It's
well
not
that
a
you just bit.
contested
No.
And also
That's
for the
okay.
teeth of the wolf.
All right.
All right.
So yes, Tobiyashi, it's your turn.
I would like to further my grapple with my first attack attempt.
Okay.
That's a natural 7.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 1. So, I'll use my second attack attempt to try to further it again. Come on. Okay, 23?
23 would beat what he just rolled.
So I get it?
Yes.
Alright, I further my grapple, so that means he is...
Restrained.
I forgot what it said on the thing.
Restrained.
Yeah, he's restrained now. What does the restrained thing mean? I need to ask that really quick.
It gives you advantage on attack. He has disadvantage to attack you. And I believe there's a third one.
Disadvantage on dex saves.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
Okay. I would like to okay, my question is, do I have an item action that I might have, or no?
No, right now you only have your bonus action left.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to use a key point and do, for the first one, I would like to do, wait, what is it called again? Fury of Blows.
Okay.
And I would like to try that really quick. See what this guy has. So first one, I have advantage on it, right?
Yes.
Uh, 23, 17 plus 6.
23 is enough to hit.
Alright, and for the first one, I will try to do a stunning strike, I guess, if I could still do that, right?
If you have enough key points.
Yeah. I will use a stunning strike. He has to make a constitution saving throw. I want to see if he can make it.
15.
He makes it. Okay.
Okay.
He takes, even though, he still takes, 6 plus 3. He takes 8 points of damage. And then for the next hit, oh, advantage. A 22 to hit?
Sorry. 22 is enough.
Alright, then I'm going to use my another key point to use my gauntlets, and I'm going to mark him.
Toby, I was actually about to mention,
Yeah.
you already did that last session?
Yeah,
I did, right?
You already marked it.
Alright, that's what I thought. Alright, then I won't use that key point. He's marked. Okay, so that's +1. Never mind. Dexterity saving throws against the amount of the target. Then I will use a key point to use Thunderous Strike, since I hit him already. Once per turn, by spending a key point, the owner can Orleans Fist can add its martial art damage bonus to one attack as thunder damage.
Okay.
And he's gonna get pushed 5 feet back and be knocked prone.
Okay, you are aware that you are currently grappling him. This means he's gonna drag you with you when he pulls away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna drag me, but he's gonna be on the ground afterwards, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Prone on the ground.
You'll be bending over to accommodate for
Yeah.
this, but yeah, sure.
That'll be fine. All right. The damage is. 7 points of the thunder damage. Gets hit 5 feet.
Alright, 5 feet. Dragging you with him because you are grappling him really tight.
Wait. It says on a hit, creature no more than one size. He needs to make a DC saving throw against the target. It's a key save DC, whatever that is.
Oh, for the damage of the thunder strike. Okay, yeah, sure.
No, for being knocked prone.
For being knocked prone. Okay.
Yes.
Total of 23.
Yeah, he makes it, so he's not knocked prone
Alright, so...
or pushed 5 feet back. But the grasp is 4. Okay, he takes thunder damage and he is still furthered on the grapple.
So
And then
is he pushed back?
No. Okay, so it says throw against the fist owner save. On a failed save, the recipient of the attack is pushed back 5 feet and knocked prone. So he didn't fail.
So basically nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing
He
happens.
just takes damage and that's it.
He just takes the thunder damage. Yeah. And
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what I was saying from the thunderous...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he still takes his thunder damage. And then I am going to. I know Cuddles is in here. I'll probably close my eyes now and take whatever hit's coming to me.
Alright, well, fortunately, Cuddles attack before he does.
Yeah.
Alright, which means now we go down to audience.
Alright. I think first things first, I want to take care of the melee that's in front of me, so I'm going to try and hit him.
Okay.
Oh shit. 1 second.
He's restrained right now, so I get advantage, right?
The
Or
one
he's-
right in front of you has not been affected by the spell.
Oh, he's not. Okay, it was the one further back that got
Yes.
affected. Okay.
Oh, I thought you said the one that K did.
Yeah.
Or
The one that K succeeded, and the one that M failed.
oh, I thought you said the reverse. But okay,
Did
as long
I?
as that's clear.
Okay.
I think you did, but it's okay. Whenever you put... It's okay.
I
might
really...
have missed one.
I don't mind. The attack would have been slightly different on the turn, but I don't mind if that's it. It doesn't change the fact that the one at K would have attacked audience.
They all attacked me anyway, so it didn't really...
One way or
Okay.
the other, yeah.
I don't care. Just whatever... Which one is it? Is it the one or the one further back?
Well, if you all insist that I said the one at K, sure, the one at K is restrained. I don't mind.
Okay. Then I do get it. Okay, then I do get advantage on it. So...
I only bring it up for accuracy, just so I know.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's That will miss, but let's see if I... Oh, nope, I rolled 2. Okay, my first attack will miss. I'll try and hit it with the second time. Those are really bad rolls. Oh my god, these are bad rolls. Okay, I do hit it with the second attack.
Okay.
It's a 22.
Yes.
That was 4-4-2 on the first 3 rolls there. Alright.
Not off to a good start.
Well, I rolled well, to be fair, on a lot of the athletic rolls, so it's not. And then I will... It's already hurt. I could definitely finish off with a level 2. Let's see if I can finish it off with a level 1 Divine Smite. So, I will roll... D8. So that's 12 plus... That is 15 plus that. 15, 25. So that's 25 damage to it
All right.
on that attack.
Then that attack is enough to destroy it. Your attack goes right through, all the way to the bottom, and you just see the inside of it exposed. This odd, bright... Well, no, then it's not that bright, but still a bright color, bright red color inside, breaking down into small bits of broken shards of what looks like crystals.
Okay, and then because I no longer have that one in front of me, I am going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The webbing there. I know they can all throw chains. I think, and because I can't really move up to the other one, I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna hop into the bakery. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Basically almost land on Remy, because I don't see him behind the counter.
So you go through the window that he
You
broke.
basically just jump through a window.
Yep.
Parkour, parkour.
All right. Yeah, sure. That was an interesting idea that Fisher just had. Make an acrobatics roll
Okay.
as you try and jump through a window. It's more to tell me how you're gonna land on the other side.
16.
Okay. Okay. It's a good above average landing.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move up to... Is there another window on this wall as well?
There is one that is at, well, between G and H, 14. There's another one. There's another window there.
G... No, I mean on this, like, the side of the building. Like, the side, this far side where this alley is.
Oh,
Is there a
no.
window up there?
There are no windows there.
Unfortunate.
The windows are all...
There is a nice door, though.
There's a door right behind Remy, though. So I know it's a bit
Where's
small.
the door?
At I-14. I know it's a bit small, but I realized when I was making my maps that I was using the wrong scale. So there's a door there at I-14.
Oh, I want to go, but it's okay. I wanted to flank behind them. That's okay.
Honestly, not being in direct line of sight for those chains
Yeah.
is probably...
Honestly, audience was fine with his movement right now. He'll stay next to Remy and he'll hunker down behind the counter, just so he's not in eyesight of the chains and waiting to see what the other millies do.
So basically, you're just half moving to L15, so that you're not completely in front of the window. Okay.
And hunkering down so that they don't have line of sight on me, basically.
Alright.
Or the further ones away don't. And I will end my turn there.
Alright. Which means that was audience, and now we have Jorg. I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry, I sneezed and I put my microphone up. The M on C5, is that the hole?
The what?
The M on C5, is that the hole?
No, the hole is closed. It's a melee.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
The moment that the creature was absorbed inside of the hole, it closed.
Yeah.
Technically, you can feel that the energy is still present, so wherever it is more of a being imprisoned somewhere.
Yeah, when Toby yelled, you were injured, right? Or were you just hurt? Like,
You don't know, you can't see him.
You heard a sensual grunt from the smoke.
Yeah, you heard me yelp in pain and pleasure.
In pleasure. Yeah. The torture's really done a number on you, huh? Jorg. I forgot how to summon my dog. If it's an action or not.
Your object. Hold on. I probably have this
There it
information
is.
somewhere.
And as an action, okay, I will use that action to summon. Do I have to have it on the map?
I can place it on the map if you want.
I wasn't planning it. I was just gonna use him as like touch actions within like a short distance.
Well, he has hit points, so he should be on the
Oh,
map
yeah.
if this is how you want to use him.
Okay. That's a lot of things on the map, but yeah. I would like to use him. And since that's not a spell, I don't think Shillelagh is better than to add to my spear.
So, did you summon him?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
summon him. Does he have
He has your initiative.
okay, cool. Yeah. Then I will. I think that's my whole turn because I don't have really any bonus actions, and I don't want to move.
Well, you have if you have it prepared, you have healing wind. Healing word,
Healing
sorry.
word. Yeah, that's true. I'll yell a healing word at
Someone you can see?
Oh, let's see. Does anyone look? I pretty much can see Fisher.
Sachet.
What's her face? Sachet. Is she injured?
She doesn't look injured. The ice armor on her looks damaged, but she doesn't look injured.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anybody injured that I can see, right? Toby's the only person that actually took any damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All
I
right.
will. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Which means we go back to the top of the initiative with Remy.
All right, this one's going to be super simple because Remy just peeks his head back up from below, sees that there is somebody stuck in the web, and pulls out his sorcerer's bow.
Okay.
And he's going to fire at the guy that's stuck because everybody loves advantage on a rogue. So yeah, that'll be a 21 to hit.
Oh, that is exactly what you need. I think. No, this is the wrong one.
I was like, you're thinking of a different creature.
No, you're good. You're good. It is.
All right, I gotta remember that this one uses a D8. I've now tortured myself by giving myself 3 weapons with 3 different base damage dice. All right, that's going to be So 4, 10, ouch, 11, 16, it's a 20, 25 force.
All right.
As like, I guess this is the first time you're seeing this audience, or for anybody would be.
Well,
But,
audience is the
like,
only one who can actually see it, so.
Yeah, so you just like see Raimi just like pull out a bow and just like bringing his hand back, but there's no arrow notched, and yet one materializes as he is pulling it back and then fires it into the creature.
He even goes out with a. It hits the creature, well, square on, but doesn't do enough damage to injure it, but it really does it.
And then goes right the fuck back down.
Call that bow and arrow combo Cupid, Remy, because I'm loving it.
He says, with his shirt all ripped up, looking at you.
And Raimi has saved that one for later.
And this is the first time that Remy regrets not having imagination. So he can complete that scene, that moment in time. All right.
Well, but I guess Raimi, as Raimi ducks back down, he is 100% going to move just a little bit further away from the door, because
Just in
and
case
or
someone
window.
goes in. All right. So where are you going?
So, see, I think he's going to, let's see. In fact, I'll go ahead and use my bonus action just so I can get some more movement back.
Okay.
Since crawling is takes double movement.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to move over to L17 and call it a turn.
Oh, 17. All right. All right. Now for Sachet and the Beast. All right, so now this is very important. Jorg. No, Jorg, your wolf can only hear. He cannot see through this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
And smell. Wait, no, he can't even smell because it's smoky.
well, no, I'm just saying that there's no problem. He can't smell the enemy because it's a machine. He doesn't have a smell.
Oh, I just
that's
think
He
more-
it's
can't
smell.
he can't, however, smell Toby, who still refuses to bathe.
When
He's
I
used to it on
bathe-
Jorg.
And Toby's blood also.
He's hungry now.
Wait a minute.
Better watch out.
Better not cry.
Robots don't have blood.
Sorry.
I am a little scared to think about his attacks when they have advantage. Like, I don't even know what their bonus is.
Alright, so that's...
Greatest song in the world.
Well, that's easy to calculate. Alright, Tobiyashi, you cannot see what is happening, but you can certainly feel it through the silk that you have around the creature. There is a flurry of attack just erupting on the Civ E unit. Some of it tears through your silk because you are wrapping around the creature, but it's not enough to destroy your complete grapple over the creature. But you feel bits and pieces of that eunuch being torn off to the point where you're confident this thing is injured. Its armor has been breached. You can feel some of this crystalline dust just falling through the cracks, hitting the floor, touching your silk as it's going down. It hasn't been destroyed, but the creature has been severely
Mauled.
by what for you looks like a puppet.
Well, no, my eyes are closed, so.
For you feels
But I think
like
it's
a puppet.
Like a puppet, yeah.
Alright. And Sachet will try to go toward where there might be more friends in need, so is next to Fisher and will attack something.
Rude.
Oh no. Yeah, she has something else she can try. Is going to go there? I forgot. It's just plain smoke that Tobiashi has. And she can see through that. So she also attacks. What's his face? And 2 attack hits. Meaning it's although you cannot see Jorg, Fisher, and probably audience because you're placed in a way that allows you to see. You can just see her aim right inside of that mist, that dense cloud, take a moment, and unleashes 3 bolts of energy inside of it. Tobiashi, you feel the recoil of 2 of the hits on the creature in front of you. So it has been hit twice. Because you are grappling him, you can actually feel that he is weakening. He has been severely damaged. And probably you can even feel, because the silk is giving you a very tactile sensation on him, there is a small sense of desperation in its body language. Which means we go to Fisher.
Okay. So, I am going to the one. No, that fire would let it go, and I don't want to.
All right. She could add something to what she said last turn, because she knows that not everyone can see through smoke. She would further what she said by saying, the other side of the hole, it's a stasis prison. For Tobiashi, that rings a huge bell, because you've been stuck in one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Does my spell just lock my spell on until, or is it like that just gonna be there until the stasis prison goes away, or does the wolf disappear?
No, it's still a magical creature. The moment you stop concentrating, it's gonna disappear. It's just that your wolf is stuck in stasis. It doesn't know what is happening. It doesn't even see time passing while it's there.
Okay, I figured maybe it like held the spell
No.
stable until. Yeah.
Could I squeeze between the wall and the web to get to M14
I'd say
without stepping in the web?
I'd say you can, but while you're moving like this, you'd have to shimmy your way, so it would be at half speed.
Okay.
Or if you want to get real sexy, you could probably jump across the web.
Technically, it's not grabbing any walls, so yeah, you can.
I think what's the distance on it's strength score, right? So 20.
For a
As long
long
as you
jump,
get,
yes.
as long as you move 10 feet prior to the jump.
Right. I don't. I guess I could back up.
But you don't need to back up. You can like start like to the left in that smoke, and then move diagonally in the direction you were going to.
Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, so I think I'll back up and get a running start and jump over the web to M14.
Okay. 14. Stupid square. Yeah, it's easily doable without having to do a roll. So yeah, good.
Sweet. And then I will put my whip back on a belt and then attack the guy at M13 with my greatsword.
Okay.
And is he still restrained?
This is the one that was not restrained.
Not restrained, right? Okay. I will. I am going to hit him with.
Oh, sorry. They had turns, right?
Their turn was on 14, and Fisher's
That
turn
would
is
need to
at
make a
17.
new dexterity save.
On their turn, they make a save again.
Yes, because they were still in the web. When they start their turn in the web, they have to make a dex save.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. They still haven't taken their turn. It's
Okay.
It's right after
Like,
Fisher
that's why I
that
was
they
asking.
take
It's like, wait, did they take a turn?
Yeah, they've only had their one turn. All right. I'm going to attack it with booming blade.
Okay.
And that's gonna miss. That's a 12 to hit.
You're the one that got stuck in all the webbing as you were striking. You wanted to do a arcing strike from the bottom, and you just got stuck on all the webs. Ah!
Yeah. So then I'll use my bonus action War Magic to just make another normal attack.
Okay.
That's also not good. That's 16 to hit.
That's not enough. So once again,
Well.
you get stuck in Remy's sticky stuff.
Yep.
You got too
And that's
excited.
my
Sorry, guys.
turn.
All right. All right.
Rolled
So
a 2 and a 6.
their turn. All right. So he will try and grab Jorg. Jorg, strength roll to contest this grapple.
Strength with oh my god, I'm rolling so bad. I got a 12.
All right. 2 rolls, I said.
2 strength rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 12 on the first one.
Okay.
Okay, and a 20 on the second one.
Okay.
So I have advantage with the wolf or with the bear totem.
Okay. Well, in that case, you managed. Both chain just grab you at the same time, but fortunately, you managed to pull away from one. But as you focus solely on one of the chain, the other one starts pulling you toward the gate. You do your best to resist it, but unfortunately, the grapple do pull you 15 feet closer to where the portal is. You know that if you reach C5, you just disappear in one of those portals.
Yeah, I don't really want that.
The one that is inside of the mist, the fog cloud. Tobiyashi, you hear the unit in front of you just whisper, "I can sense your beast." You hear a chain reach out and snap. There was an attempt made on Cuddles to try and pull him inside.
Oh, he froze.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
The-
So stream, I
Yeah.
hope you guys are having a good time tonight. Thank you guys for coming here to watch us out of everything that you could be doing tonight.
Welcome back.
welcome
You
back.
bros.
Tobiyashi, however, you do have this moment of, oh shit,
Wait.
he can summon them also. You feel a chain reaching out to you, Tobiyashi. Strength roll, you are right in front of him. Remember that
Strength roll? Can I?
if you fail, you could be absorbed by this portal right now.
Can I use my wisdom instead? Since I could use it, or do I have to use my silk to use my wisdom?
Yeah, it's only with your silk that you can use your wisdom.
Okay.
You do
I
have,
have advantage, yeah.
And yeah.
And I have a +1 for my thing.
What happened with the wolf and the chains? You froze when you were talking about it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll just see the
23.
23. You feel the chain wrap around one of your arm, and you fortunately manage to pull away just as it's tightening its grip.
Fuck.
You were able to not get grappled by the chain, but you are the only one right now who has confirmation they can use those chain at melee range.
Okay, I will tell him. I'll be like, "You're gonna have to try harder than that," and then that'll be the end of what I say.
Alright. For all of the others, well, there's one right in front of Fisher, and he is going to
yeah,
try
I'm
and
not in a great spot.
he is going to try and grapple you at melee range.
Wait, that would need to make their deck save.
Oh! Failed.
I think it'll still do the same thing.
Yes. Oh yeah, for your answer about the wolf that was grabbed and pulled inside of the hole, if you release the spell, the wolf is going to disappear. It doesn't lock your spell.
Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't think it would lock my spell. I just thought it would. Yeah, never mind. I thought chains attacked the one in the smoke just now.
No. They tried to grapple Cuddles, but he's just
No,
too
they-
strong.
Yeah.
Attack Toby.
Okay. You said something about I can smell your beast.
Oh, he was talking.
I think that's Cuddles.
Yeah, because
Oh.
of the tremor sense, he can feel Cuddles move, but he can't see him.
Mm.
So yeah, Fisher, 2 rolls, please.
Yes. 22
Okay.
and oh boy, 27.
You'd be in a world of problem if you'd had reversed those rolls. The first one grapples you and you feel it
Oh.
try and pull, but
Me,
you manage to break it. The other
That's
one,
him.
the other
Froze
one.
again.
It's him. He froze again.
Oh, again? I froze again.
You're back. You're back. You're back.
Yeah.
There.
Ah, damn it.
You've been freezing a bit.
Your stream
Alright.
was pixelating too, so I had to refresh it.
Okay, sorry. I know how to help this. All right, yeah, I just received a warning that that they just lost a few frames. All right, so usually
Yeah, I just
if
saw
I
that.
close this and this,
I walk alone. Sorry. I'm jamming out. This battle is perfect.
all right, it's going to take a few seconds for the stream to stabilize, but
No, it's fine now. You just have to. If anyone's watching, they just have to refresh the stream.
Okay. No, because I just got the warning that the
rate
bandwidth
was
for
down.
some reason just dropped significantly.
Yeah.
And we lost several seconds of broadcast for some reason. I closed some of the app that helped me monitors the chat, so I'll be relying on
It's
you.
happening again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
So whenever he has to say something important, it cuts out the important part, and then
Alright, you're fine. I think we could continue. Just if we cut out, we have to wait.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try and remove everything I can. Let's see what happens.
My question is, are you using OBS or Streamlabs?
OBS. But
Alright.
I do have.
I think he said before he uses OBS.
What's your bit rate at
Maybe
if he comes back?
maybe you should be asking these questions in a chat rather than over the Skype call because
No.
well,
Okay, I'll ask him.
all
I'll
right.
ask him.
No, it's not a bad moment to take the break. So
Okay.
it'll give internet a few moments to try and stabilize. So, and we can try and solve this thing.
I concur.
A few minutes to
Okay,
Okay,
recover.
everybody, we are going on break. We'll be
We'll
back
miss
in about
you.
15 minutes.
We love you
while
guys.
we
Thanks for
grab our
watching.
technical difficulties, so stay tuned.
Mm,
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do the marsh sounds, and we're gonna go on break. See you in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello and welcome back. And I hope you are not stuck having this streaming problem that I think we
Wait a minute.
mostly
Why am I hearing it? Okay, never mind. That's on my end. Sorry.
I think we've mostly managed to stabilize. All right. So, where were we? Fisher succeeding to roll, preventing himself from being drawn in by the chains. All right. So, that was their attempt to grapple Fisher. And then there's another one that can do the same attempt.
Am I doing another roll?
Yep, 2 rolls, 2 chains going your way.
Oh, another 2. Okay.
I didn't know 2 chains was in this universe.
2 chains. Sorry.
22
Okay.
and 24.
You're so lucky.
This bear totem is saving my life.
All right. Well, then in that case, you all have to give a huge thank to Jorg, because he has just managed to prevent your entire party from losing probably their 2 fighters in the first round. All right.
Yeah, I keep rolling like above 14 on one die and then like below 6 on the other die.
All right. Well, their highest roll was 22, so you do manage to prevent the chains from latching on and pulling you, but you do feel this the strength behind the chain as it is trying to pull you in, nearly forcing you to make a step forward. But you manage to not find yourself grappled for this one. All right.
These chains are scary.
All right. So they had this one moves, so it has sight on. No, it sees Sachet first, so it's going to be here and making an attempt on her. Oh, come on, it's starting again.
Oh no.
I can't close anything else. I don't have any more app to close. This is so annoying. Alright. So... one chain... She managed to dodge one chain, but the other chain grapples her and pulls right in front. Fortunately, she's not drawn right inside of the portal, but next turn, unless someone breaks that chain, she's going in.
Uh-oh.
This...
Is it the chain still connected then?
The chain is still connected to her.
Okay.
Tobiyashi, one that can feel you.
Wait, 1 second. I forgot to add.
Yes.
Since I successfully hit him,
Yes.
you still push 5 feet back.
Because of the crusher feet.
Yes.
But because he is tied to you...
I'm tied to you. I'd be pulled with them, yeah.
So,
That's what I wanted to add.
okay.
Keep going.
So, one step forward for you. This, which actually now puts you in an even better position to be attacked by the chains. All
The
right.
chains is gonna chain me again?
Ah, there's another one that can see you. Well, feel you. So,
Do
yeah.
this- Oh, feel me, yeah. I'm being feeled up.
Yeah, someone's feeling you real good right now.
Shit. I did not consent.
I don't think they care. Go ahead with your rolls.
Oh wait. For is it strength, right?
Strength,
Yeah.
athletic, or acrobatic. I would imagine that for you, acrobatic is preferred.
Although you only get the advantage with the athletics.
Yes.
So.
Is it a saving throw?
No, it's a grapple.
You
Yeah,
choose
so
athletics or
ath-
acrobatics.
Athletics or acrobatics check.
You get advantage if
20.
you use if you use athletic, or just
It's a
one
20
roll
with advantage.
if it's dexterity.
It's 20.
All right, and the second one.
Fuck, I forgot I was gonna hit twice. $18, the second one. I hit the same thing twice on the second roll.
So the first one tries to grab you. Are you using strength or dexterity?
I'm using strength.
Okay, so the first one you manage to pull away from it, but your focus was entirely on that first one, and you didn't notice
Fuck.
the other one grabbing you and starting to pull you in.
So am I getting pulled with the Civi unit?
Actually, yes.
Who's the one who has me?
The one at I-5
Fucking bitch.
pulls you in 3 squares. Next turn, if you can't pull free, you're a prisoner. Jorg, next turn, if you can't pull free, you might be a prisoner. You're not sure. It's a bit close.
Can the wolf counter its pulling potentially?
Well, if he doesn't get pulled, because the last one is going to try and grapple your wolf.
Oh. Wolf. Ooh, it rolled 217, so a 19. No, wait, a non-natural 20.
Okay. And the other roll? 2 chains.
Oh, 2 chains, yeah. Fucking 11.
He managed to dodge the first one, but the second one grabs onto him and starts pulling. He also gets pulled. 1, 2, 3. Is that it? He's here. It's 1, 2, 3. He hasn't disappeared, but next turn he is. You hear a sound. So this is, I believe, all of their turns. Half of your party is being pulled right now toward these chains, these thing which is going to pull them inside of a prison somewhere else. The only ones not being touched by this are Audience, Fisher, and Remy. You're about to lose your entire party if you don't do something. Fisher, you're the only one who can actually understand this. Well, I don't know. Tobiyashi, is your mask actually working right now?
Right now, yes, it would be working, but it's not on my face, so I don't know if that's
okay.
a difference.
Because I believe
But
that
it is
when you
attuned
entered
to.
combat, you said you changed the color of your clothes and lowered your mask.
Yeah, okay, yes, then it is active
Okay.
at the moment.
So, Tobiyashi and Fisher, because I believe you are on the construct language right now,
I believe so.
Primordial.
you're the only one who can understand
Yep.
the information being exchanged. For everyone else, it just sounds like a jumble of metal scraping on itself, resonating very far away. For Tobiyashi and Fisher, Tobiyashi, you only get the text translation, so there's no emotion, and you receive it half a second later, so it's like watching someone who is out of sync. For you, Fisher, however, you hear it live. Resistant enemy have been found. Engaging reinforcement.
Shit.
About 3 seconds later, you hear an echo back. Powerful and strong. It is extremely close. You're not sure how close it is. But it is a confirmation. Tobiyashi, you receive probably a translation which would translate to confirmed. And for you, Fisher, you get a little bit more context, but the message is the same.
Can I tell that to people, or do I have to wait until my turn?
If you don't mind using your reaction, yes, you can absolutely tell everyone what you said. As you're hearing all of your friends being pulled and no.
Yeah, I'll shout out to everybody. They got reinforcements coming soon.
Uh-oh.
And that is their turn, which goes to Tobiyashi, apparently. No, the wolf.
Jackin.
Yes.
Well, Toby, you did just tell me to leave, and I could just dip back.
Remy, what did you want to ask?
Sorry, I didn't hear if you made the roll or not, but the one engaged with Fisher does need to make a new dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I rolled. I said, sorry, it probably was during one of the drop. It failed.
As I'm assuming I just didn't hear it.
It failed. It rolled a 8.
Okay. I just needed that information because I didn't know if it happened.
Okay. Yeah, no, it happened. It rolled an 8.
Does, is it taking action to get out of the chains?
You have to break the grapple if you don't want to be pulled in. So, yes. You can sacrifice that roll because now you're right in front of the one pulling him and you could make an attack. But if you do so, know that this moment that their turns come back next round, the wolf goes in.
Yeah. The wolf is willing to do that and will make an attack.
All right.
Fuck for 10. I'm
guess
rolling
it
bad.
doesn't actually do an attack.
No.
Well, it
And I don't think it can do anything else.
All right.
Yep. So that wolf is gone. Actually, it's not gonna make it to the hole.
Well, yeah, that's what what I was gonna say. If you just drop your concentration, it's just gonna go.
Yeah, unless they have a finite number of. No, they wouldn't.
I'd keep your concentration on it until it has, unless you're gonna want to do something like force it to pull it into the.
So yeah,
one deduction that you can probably do because you've seen them attack is they can at best make the same number of attacks with the chain as they have been doing with weapons. That is one information you do have.
Well, the wolf's turn is over.
Okay. Well, then, actually, it is Tobiyashi's turn.
Holy shit. Okay. I'm going to try to break from the grapple, I guess.
You have 2 attacks, so you have two attacks.
Do I still have advantage?
Are you still inside of the totem's range?
Dorg?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Everything's updated. Yes, it is.
$22 with athletics.
Your adrenaline pumping, trying to not get absorbed by this again. You frantically try and pull the chain out, and fortunately, you manage to pull it away and ungrapple yourself.
All right, I moved.
It rolled a 17.
All right, I moved to G7, and I'm just going to let loose because I'm low, I'm scared, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to use my bonus action to sprinkle on some of that dust from the I think I have a lightning shard dust, right?
Okay.
I gave you some dust. You have some dust.
Yes, I use the lightning shard dust that I have.
Okay.
And I put it on my my ball, and then I am going to use my attack action to use lightning bolt on.
You could get the big one and 2 of the sieve and 2 of the mill units.
Could I,
If
if
you
I move
move-
to
If you
F
move one
a
up,
little bit.
you can.
Okay, I'll do that then, and I will use lightning bolt with my it makes it to where it's a level.
The dust, I think, gives them disadvantage on this.
Well, it should. Does it? It gives it more damage too. I'm pretty sure.
All right, so you're
At least
using
one row,
your
D6.
ball to create this attack.
Yes, with the lightning bolt, because it said
It's-
with the.
It's not.
Let me go to the dust real quick.
Yes, but you don't need to have the spell component. It is an enchanted object that casts this, so you don't need to use that dust to cast
Well,
the
yeah,
spell.
but it gives advantage on it. Well, not advantage, but
Oh,
it gives.
yeah.
Let me find it real quick. It gives more attack damage on it. At least one more d6.
So, would I?
Lightning shard. There it is.
Yeah,
Turning in storm, thunder, lightning. So if I use it, it gives it one more 1d6.
Does it state that it is an action or a bonus action to use?
A bonus action to
Okay.
use.
Do I allow it?
Yeah, that's up to you. If not, I won't do it.
You're willing to lose your reaction for this. You're willing to use this.
Yeah.
Just technically the ball casting it. The ball has a creature inside that has been. Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
All right, so I use the dust. It just gives it one more 1d6, so it'd be 9d6.
The dust imposes disadvantage on saving throws against the spell, and the caster can re-roll damage caused by the spell.
Yes.
Okay, so
You basically have advantage on your damage
Alright.
roll, and I have disadvantage on my saving throw.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use it.
I don't think you need to roll anything.
Well,
You
why
don't
not?
need to-
I know
Not
it's
yet.
just a
Okay.
save.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
their
it's
part.
something like
Just
if you're rolling anything, it's the damage. dice.
damage. I'm
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay.
saving
They need
throws.
to Constitution saving throws.
All right.
Wait, Constitution or
Dexterity.
dexterity?
I thought it was dexterity.
It's lightning bolt, right?
No, it says Constitution.
Oh,
Oh, I changed.
Yeah, in Thunder. Oh wait, no, that's Thunderclap. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
definitely-
dexterity. It's
Like, yeah.
dexterity. My
Definitely
bad.
dexterity.
Like
I-
lightning bolt suddenly got worse.
I'm pretty sure that
My bad,
I
my
did
bad.
not change the spell, so
No.
yeah.
Yeah, so they have disadvantage on it.
Okay.
Maybe he's really glad not to be outside right now.
I was like, why are you nerfing your own lightning bolt, Toby?
I clicked on Thunderclap.
although if we're being real, I feel like lightning bolt should be a con save because I feel like no matter how fast your reactions are, you're not dodging a lightning bolt.
That's true.
Well, that's the
But it's
element
the, like-
of
I guess unless
See them
you're
cast.
dodging, like if you see them start casting
Well, that's the
like
thing.
a line.
I guess you're not fully dodging the lightning bolt. It's half damage. You're
Well, yeah,
not-
but
you're
like,
avoiding
unless
the
you're
bulk
actually
of the
partially
damage.
dodging
You're grounding yourself so it doesn't go through the vital organs.
you're ground sure.
Vital
it.
organs.
Yeah, you're just jumping.
All right.
You're not
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
third
so it doesn't-
melee doesn't succeed because he doesn't have a roll higher than 9. The second one has a roll of 13, and the Civ E unit has a roll of 16.
So it is 16?
Yep.
So you said the Civi?
Yes.
Alright, he makes it, so he takes half damage.
Okay.
But it is 9d6 now.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so that gives how much
Second,
damage?
I'm gonna do it on the app because I don't have 9d6.
Remember, you can roll if it's bad. You can roll it with advantage.
Yeah, so you can roll the damage twice and take the better damage.
Okay. So I'll roll the first one. 26. Let me just roll the second one to see if there's anything.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason not to. You would see if it's better.
30 damage
Nice.
on the second one. So 30 damage to all of them.
All right,
that are
and the
in
first
line.
one saved, so it's half damage. for
Yeah,
him.
it's half damage. Yes.
So 15.
And the two others. This one here. This one is new. And this one is this one here. Okay. All right. The one in front of Fisher suddenly becomes.
Can I explain what it does?
Absolutely.
Instead of like actual lightning, it's just like my key energy. So it's just a pink lightning bolt that goes through every single one of them. And yeah, that's what it looks like.
All right.
Just a pink lightning bolt.
You
Nice.
twirl around your meteor hammer and strike right in front. It hits the ground, and you see this bolt of pink lightning just explode and push through 3 of those units. The first one, the CV, takes all of the damage, and you see bits and pieces of its armor just peeling off. Even his face is partially unprotected, but when the lightning leaves him, he's still there. Hurting, but
So-
still there.
So question, did I use my first attack on something? Was that a thing?
To break the grapple.
To break the grapple, okay. And I used my bonus action to give it to... Okay, that's fine.
The second one in front of Sachet takes the full 30 points of damage. Did not see it coming, and it damages him. You see bits and pieces of its armor just burst. Meaning
When
that it's-
before you cast the lightning bolt, did all of your silk like float up in the air like someone's hair does? When it's...
Yeah, you couldn't see it, but it just kind of like everything ecstatics, and like even my hair goes up in the air. It's like...
You know, there's a floating head out in the middle of a lab in the middle of the desert, just screaming, "Too much pink energy is dangerous."
And then
The
if
third
that's
one-
gonna be the
third one in front of Fisher. The bolt leaves the cloud of and slams into him, pulverizing him. Fisher, you have the guy in front of you just boom! And you see all the bits and pieces fall to the ground, and this bolt of lightning hit the wall that's on the other side of the street, damaging the wall.
yeah
You'll pay for
for
this.
30 points of damage.
It only
anyways,
had 24 points of damage left, so
I am going to move to F9 now and then close my eyes again.
alright. And we have this here. Alright. That was Tobiyashi, which means now we have audience. Audience.
All right.
The party is being pulled into prisons everywhere. You hear
Yeah,
George
audience.
screaming. You hear Sachet. Well,
yeah,
you
audience.
see
I was gonna
Sachet.
say, audience doesn't care about Jorg. He does care about Sachet, however.
You butthole.
No. Sachet though is actually within his range to reach. Jorg is not. Jorg is
Jorg's all the way over
Okay,
there.
that's
Jorg is,
fair.
Jorg is
Yeah,
far
Jorg
away.
is... You can't even see Jorg, so don't worry about him.
Audience is gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move up to I-11. Going around the web.
Oh, you can just go through the door.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Well, my point was I'm not jumping out like into the web, and then
Sure,
I'm
okay.
doing it going out the door. Just clarifying.
Okay,
that I am-
good.
But you,
I'm going around
but
the
you don't
web.
want to get trapped in Raimi's sticky mess. That's disappointing.
That's I-12. One more up. That's I-12. One more up.
Okay.
I need to be
I-12.
That's I-12. I need to be I-11.
Oh, I-11.
So I can hit.
So,
It's like it's like
okay. Halfway. Ah, good lord. Halfway inside.
yeah, halfway inside the smoke.
Okay.
Making me look cloaked in darkness. No, I don't know.
I Batman.
All right.
I'm Dragon Man.
Not that it matters, because these things can see me anyway. But
Well, they can feel you.
they can feel me. I can feel the sword strike.
You feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Anyway, I will attack the guy in front of me. That was just hurt by Toby. That's a 25 to hit.
25 to hit.
I'm gonna use a level 1 Divine Smite. And I'm going to hit him for 8. To 11. That's bad. I'm in for 16 damage on my first hit.
Okay. What was
Is he
the
still
attack
up?
roll for your first hit?
25.
35, okay. All right, 16. He's still up.
He's still...
He is.
That's annoying.
Your attack just went through all of his armor. He is severely damaged. You see the inside reddish crystals there. He's not long to live, but he's still up.
Okay.
Another strike
again.
like this one will surely finish him. You tell yourself.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I missed my second one. Pain! What can I do with the bonus action? Can I do anything with the bonus action?
The Paladin bonus action curse.
Have you used and/or converted a channel divinity today?
I'm not. I can do that, which I guess I'll do, but that's not what...
Have you at least beat your... No, sorry, never mind.
Oh well. Okay, I can't kill him. That's unfortunate. I can try a bonus action. Nope. I can't really do anything. Alright. I guess this is where I'll end my turn.
All right.
Audience is looking for some sort of action next to Sachet.
Desperately wanting to.
I mean, bonus action, no, because I don't think you can use a bonus action to try and, like, break a grapple, unfortunately. But I can't, like, grab the chain, but...
You wouldn't be able to break it. All right.
I mean, I don't know. Can I use my bonus action to grab it to try and somehow add my strength to it if it tries and pulls her on its turn?
The problem is
My
even...
question is, why didn't you try to attack the chain and break it?
Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. After you did the 30 damage to it, I thought I could kill it.
And you almost did.
I calculated incorrectly.
Uh-oh.
I should have used a level 2 Divine Smite.
Yes, that might have changed
Obvious.
things.
She's Sachet. You're just gonna let her get captured?
I
think she gets to go before it goes.
She does get to go, and it's almost
She's
dead.
not that strong.
She can attack it, though. It's almost dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
last is a ranged attack though.
does Cuddles get to go before she does?
Yes, but the beast,
Yes.
the beast
He
is
does,
just on
but
the
he can
edge.
see. Yeah, he's just on the edge of the smoke.
The beast is just on the edge of the smoke. Repeat of a movie, horror movie. All right. Does audience have a moment where he looks up and just asks whomever might be listening, don't let this happen?
Well, I'll say this. Audience is confident that even if Sachet gets pulled in, he can free her on his next turn by killing the creature. Because he sees that the creature is very injured.
Okay.
But
And in my
also
turn,
he hopes that Sachet can kill the creature. before.
voice acting. I want to hear the RP, please.
Oh, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
So-
Where did the audience get that headband of intellect?
Audience is just here. I mean, technically...
Bring her, please.
My question is the pull count as an attack on Sachet?
if the
It is
pull counts as an
technically
attack.
attack.
It doesn't
No,
do damage.
because
No.
the mill E, the mill E and Civ E's are only opening the window. Something else is pulling them from inside.
Yeah.
So the attack does not come from the millies.
Damn, so I can't even use my sentry. That's unfortunate.
Well, isn't it if there's another creature attacks someone next to you that you could use your sentry attack?
No, only if they get attacked. And if this doesn't count as an attack, then I can't
doesn't
use
it-
it.
Wait, it doesn't account as an attack from the melee?
I can only use it if
but-
Sachet is technically attacked. Next to me.
Wasn't she?
Sorry?
I don't know, not yet.
Or no, you were in the bakery, huh? Never mind.
It's not their turn.
All right.
Yeah.
So no, it is actually this is the end of third round, which
Yeah.
means the only one left is Jorg.
Jorg is going to boringly try to break free.
Boring.
That'd be a good choice, man.
So it's any. All my strength is the same, so I'm just gonna. Fuck! But I get advantage.
Yes.
Oh my. Got a 12. I've been rolling so bad.
I'd like.
Except for that one roll.
I'd like to be able to pan the camera to show that I'm not fudging the rolls intentionally.
Mhm.
5. So,
Oh, wow.
desperately, with the adrenaline surging through your body, you just reach for that chain and try to pull it out. And to your surprise, you manage to pull the chain off just enough to slip your leg through.
You gotta get
Ooh.
another
And the
camera.
chain just slithers back into this dimensional hole.
And then
Run away,
George
Jorg.
shakes.
Run away.
Jorg is going to book it now, going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to G13. Just to get
George is
towards
just
everybody.
noping the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really have any bonus actions to use, so I want to try catapulting one of the chains at them, but I don't know if I can pull that off.
What happens if they pull themselves?
Yeah.
The universe breaks, everything gets pulled in, it's a black hole! Alright.
I mean, this is a situation where one space is overlapping with another space, so maybe.
Yeah. If one millie hooks onto another millie and they're equal ways apart and they pull so they touch each other, so two portals are created so they both go into stasis at the same time. Which
Yeah, what if we link the chains from two holes together and then have them pull, and they just like fold the whole island up?
No, that's gonna help our situation, though.
So what
trying to
I'm,
break reality.
what I'm hearing now is that you want to create a singularity which will engulf everything and settle the problem.
Yeah,
Alright.
There is no problem if nothing exists.
everything's frozen.
There are no
There's a
problems
complete absence of
anymore
problems.
anywhere. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
there's nothing to make a problem.
Alright. So,
Exactly.
beginning of the fourth
Pausing a video
round.
game to not lose.
Beginning of the fourth round.
Ah.
Okay. What? Remy, your turn comes, and you're the first one who can actually start hearing this high pitch buzzing coming from high atop the clouds. Well, your field of vision, anyway. Something's arriving. It's nearly there.
Oh, great. Uh,
It's big.
well, Raimi is going to stand back up. It's like sees out the window. It's like, oh, that seems like a bad situation. Readies the bow again.
Try and aim.
Naturally, the one grappling Sachet.
Don't hit a one. You have the equivalent inside of Remy's head. Don't roll one. Don't roll one. I don't want to hit her.
The bow is confused because it doesn't know what the 1 means. Well, I can definitely say there's not a 1 there because it's a 2 and a 0.
Oh, goodness!
Do I need to roll, or
What's the
I
minimum
don't even
damage
know
you
if
can
you need
make?
to roll. I feel like it's low enough.
What's your minimum damage?
15?
No, you don't need to roll. You manage to take a peek through the window, you see this opening, and you just let it rip. And audience, you're in the right place to see the head of this creature just disappear. The arrow hits and gives a as it does, and you just see shards of red crystals continuing the trajectory that Remy was firing from.
Alright, solved one problem. Remy having to deal with another problem. Actually, because that window shattered anyway, he's just going to make suddenly like a woman's voice goes out the window. The building's on fire! The building's on fire!
And then he lights the building on fire.
And
Gotta make
Not
it
the
realistic.
bakery. Not the bakery, no.
He turns around and throws a grenade inside of all the flour.
Daddy
all the
going to use
flour.
his bonus action to transfer 2 not sorcery points. Wrong thing. 2
2 sorcery
Spell.
points.
points to his lantern for something he's probably going to have to do next turn.
All right.
And yeah, I think he'll just drop down again.
Okay.
Because, like I said, he does not want to be anywhere near those chains as much as anybody else does.
All right. Sachet's turn, and the beast. The beast goes first. And he's gonna attack the civvy.
Sibby might be done. Sibby was already.
He'd need to be very, very, very lucky.
Oh my god, so much damage.
It's the equivalent. So, just for your reference, he's the Cuddles is the equivalent of a fully accomplished warrior, permanently hasted, and with as many use of action surge as it wants.
Plus advantage on attack.
Damn. That's not bad.
And it can move. I have to think about this again because I always have to do the math. It can move more than 180 feet in a single turn. But it always has the restriction of...
So what I'm hearing is, to get the
Insane.
Hunter cult, we just need to figure out a way to clone Cuddles and then just cast darkness over a large area. Just send in an army of Cuddles, and we win.
It's a murder beast. It's something that can go through nearly anything. So long as they can't see him. That is always the big problem. So long as they can't see him. Tobiashi, because you still have a little bit of silk around the civvy, you can actually feel what happens. And to your great satisfaction, you just feel the creature inside of your silk gets crushed, dismembered, and it feels like a dog just ripping through something, like, and you feel all of the bits and pieces flying off. Audience,
What?
you even see a piece of, you think a foot, slide in front of you.
So whatever I have in my silk still, I want to bring it towards me and put it into my bag. If I know it's dead, I want to bring it towards me and into my side.
I think
my
you know
bag.
it's dead.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of different pieces.
Whatever's still wrapped in my silk, basically. So like upper torso, I guess.
All right. The moment that this happens, there's a bright light that explodes and flares upward, going outside of your smoke bubble.
Actually, I'd like to use my reaction to catch it with my silk.
Oh yes, you catch light. Ha! God damn it!
Yeah, I'd like to use my.
It's just a huge light signal that automatically activate itself the moment that it is destroyed. Remy, with what you're hearing and with your pass as a poacher, you sort of have this moment of, oh, that's a flare. Now,
Well, boys, time to leave.
whatever is happening knows exactly where you are. Within
So my
15 feet of
question-
where you are, it knows where
My
this is happening.
question is, how much do I pull of him that I put into my bag?
Roll 2d10 for me, please.
2d10. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Not the total. I want to have the both result. You rolled 1 and 1?
Oh yeah, I rolled 2 at the same time.
So 2
so
on
1
each?
and 1 would be 1 on each.
1 on each. All right. There's not much left. Bits and pieces of the armor and a few crystal shards.
Pull towards me.
Yeah, you think you might have a full knee, however.
Okay. I'll pull it towards me and start shoving it in my bag when it's my turn.
Okay. All right. So, Sachet tries to pull away to where it would take a little bit of time before she is absorbed inside of one of those things, and turns around and tries to fire on the one that is at O. It's one hit. That's just one hit. All right. Well, he hasn't been damaged yet, so it scorches its armor.
Wait, so the civ unit was diagonal to me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to tell me now that you forgot to close your eyes?
No. I was just gonna. It's for when it's my turn again.
Okay. All right. So, and okay, so that happens at the same time as this. All right, which means Fisher, you have a turn. You know that something is coming. Your perception is not as good as Remy's, though. So you saw the flash of light, which you can probably deduce that this is some sort of beacon. So reinforcements now knows exactly where you are.
It's time to leave.
When I heard the confirmation of reinforcements coming, did I get any sense of direction on that?
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard. It is arriving toward the left of the battlefield.
Okay.
Which is where we kind of want to leave, but it's okay.
Well, the exit of this of the station would be downward, and the station would be to the right.
Yeah, we don't want to go towards the station though, because we don't want
Yeah.
enemies towards guard.
All right.
Well, it's a village. You could get out of the battlefield to the right and then go down. It's still just a village. It's still just a town. You know, there are streets. It's not a wall.
Yeah. I am going to move to P12. And then I'm gonna push that melee unit into the web.
A tackle. All right, good. Go ahead.
That's gonna be a 19.
Well, I beat you on the roll itself. I got a natural 20.
Yeah, well, that won't work.
So you try and tackle it the first time, and oddly enough, although it's damaged, it feels like you just hit a wall. But it's an attack, and you have 2 attacks. You could try and shove it inside if you want. I don't know, now that you're right in front of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try that again. Wait, how? This thing got hit by... No, this one did not get hit by a lightning bolt.
No, but it did get hit by 1 Eldritch Blast bolt from the ship.
It's not very hurt. It's like
It's got
light.
it has a scuff on its armor, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and push it again. Okay, that is a 19 on the die, so that's a 27.
I rolled a 19 on the die, so you beat him. It does a total of 21, I think. So, yeah, you managed to.
Cool. Good. Yeah, okay, so I push him into the web, and then I say, yeah, guys, we gotta go. And it's coming from that direction, and then I'm gonna slow.
Oh, and I believe in this moment, since they were shoved into it, they do get to make that dex save right now.
I thought I was on D20. I was gonna move his character.
Well, that's a fail.
Ah!
Rolled a total of 4.
Roll 20. Sorry.
And then I am going to start moving. Do we want to go right first? Do
You
we
can go
wanna just
down.
leave?
It's up to you.
I'm gonna go
You're-
the rest of my movement down.
All right.
So
I was going to
another
say your
10
entire
feet.
party is closer to the exit to the right.
That is true. I am gonna go that way. Okay,
But-
I'm gonna go to 14 with the rest of my movement,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna Misty Step.
Oh, Fisher's
The
out.
map. Yeah.
I think that gets me just off the edge.
Now it gets you to 019.
Yeah, just to the edge there.
We'll remember you fondly.
Oh,
We all die.
I'll remember you guys fondly.
I'll remember you fondly in stasis. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I got farther away, because I don't.
all right. That's Fisher,
Gotta mark off
which
still.
means it goes down to Jorg. Your wolf has one last chance. No.
Oh,
The enemy.
I didn't think we could chance.
The enemy rolls first. Sorry, they have 14.
Okay. We got a 14.
All right, they have a 14. So
Wait, is that what you said?
yeah, enemy rolled 14.
Yeah, no. The wolf is done. The
The-
wolf is
yeah.
the wolf is done.
And
The wolf is in timeout.
10, 13.
The wolf
He
is in
gets-
timeout.
He gets advantage.
No. I
Well,
mean,
wait,
no.
I mean initiative. The
Oh,
enemy was
never mind,
14.
yeah.
Sorry, they go
Yeah, that
right
makes
before your. So
Bye bye.
goes away.
Goodbye, wolf.
It was nice knowing you. All right.
We appreciate you taking that attack for us.
Yeah.
All right. So Tobiyashi.
It's my turn.
No,
No, you're getting
you're
changed.
getting chained again.
Oh, fucking bitch.
No, their leader is gone,
Bye.
so they can't receive good advice. So they're gonna keep doing the last thing they were told, which is chain you all up.
Can they
Okay,
see
so
him?
I have to roll against them, right?
Yes,
They have tremor sense.
yes.
Does it go that far?
Which one is attacking him, by the way?
The one at C5. The chain goes that far.
No, I know.
No, the
I know. I
tremor
just was
sense.
wondering.
Oh,
which one
tremor
was it.
sense. Well, the thing is, the chain is not them. They're just opening the hole for something to attack from the other side. Yes,
All right, so I have
from
to
the
try
other
to
side.
resist, right?
Yes,
Okay.
they're. So think of
Are you
it.
telling me they're just opening a portal to some eldritch horror that's just a bunch of chains that just yoinks
Think-
people?
I'd say think about this that way. The millies and civies are a laser pointer for whoever is throwing
All right,
this.
so 23.
23. All right, the first
What's
one.
the advantage?
The first one is a fail for them. Second chain.
Second chain? Oh, fuck.
You got this, Toby. Don't get pulled by that one, because that's the annoying one. It's one where I can't really help you easily.
17.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Oh my god, bro. That was the highest. That was the highest on the second roll for advantage still with athletics.
So I hope you're all gonna give a really big reward to Jorg because he really
Yeah.
saved your party
Right.
in this encounter. Without him, it's a complete.
My first roll was a 10, so
What
like
the-
with the advantage, my gosh.
So like I said, I hope you realize that without Jorg,
Yeah,
your
we'd all
party
in
would have been
stasis right
wiped
now.
out.
We would all be in stasis. Yes.
Damn.
All right, so
So you just expected us to let that kid get beat up? Actually, I don't know what was gonna happen.
all right, the second one tries to grapple with audience.
Okay. How many chains am I rolling against?
2 chains.
2 chains. Okay. Let me just make those rolls. Double with athletics. All right. I'm not
couldn't
gonna
we skip
roll.
Rihanna
I'm
for
not
the
gonna
halftime
roll even
show?
more for that one because that's a nat 20. And then the second one.
All right, so the first one you said natural 20, so of course you resist it. The second one,
And then the second one's a 27.
27. That is enough to.
Yeah, I was 20 and 19s on the die. I don't think I'm getting changed.
Oh goodness! You made a whole lot of unlucky rolls for attacks, but all of your lucky rolls are to prevent the chains. All right, you managed to shrug off these chains. The one that's there. Audience is closer, so he's gonna try and chain you, but he's gonna make a few
Alright.
steps forward.
Well, he's which one?
The one that is at L6.
Oh, L6. Okay.
All right, 2 chains.
Alright. Let's hope I keep really well.
Shit.
That's a 20 on the first chain.
And the second one?
That's a 22 on the second one.
All right. Second one, you succeed easily. However, you focus so hard on this one that you did not pay enough attention to the first one, and the first one managed to wrap itself up and...
Damn, it's a 20.
I use my reaction to catch it.
Oh, yeah, that's... Okay. Is it a projectile? It's chain,
Like
it's
missile.
like a whip. I don't think it's a projectile.
Not a
Is it really
projectile.
a whip
Okay.
if it's not even coming from this plane of existence?
All right.
It's a yoink.
It's a yoink.
It's the only way to describe it.
Yeah, but I did not calculate this. And if you watch the stream again, you'll notice that I smiled when I realized this. You're 4 square away.
Yep, I did notice that. I was like, thank God it's not taking one more step forward.
So yeah, you get pulled in right in front of that creature as you just. For your information, it rolled a total of 21, I believe.
Yeah.
You see my
Small.
my silk try. It tries to go
Okay,
in
that
front
was
of it,
its
and then
that
it
was
just
its last
disappears.
that was its last attack. I should be okay.
All right, so the last one notices Remy, but it's even though it will have disadvantage on its try to grapple you because of where you are, because you are nearly completely hidden. It will. All right, so no, it's not disadvantage. It's a minus.
Is it full cover? Yeah.
Yeah, it's full cover.
Right?
So even though it's trying at a significant malice, I was looking for my word. I can't find it. It's still gonna try because it has identified you as the problem of this sticky mess. 2 chains. That's right. Strength roll.
Would that be +5 to his strength roll because he's in full cover? How would cover work with the strength
I'm deducing
roll?
it from their roll.
Oh, from their roll. Okay.
And he can.
I was about to say, it's like,
acrobatics.
wouldn't I be making an acrobatics instead?
You can.
Yeah,
Just not with advantage.
still is.
Yeah, even with advantage, I'm not chancing
doesn't-
a negative 2.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would still do acrobatics for you, yes.
That I hate how the light sometimes bounces off these dice. Okay, that's a 22.
First one succeeds. Second one.
Gotta stop rolling the blue one. 23.
All right. You see the chains arriving, and you fortunately have just enough time to hide yourself, and you see the chains hitting the side of the window, trying to grab at something, and then slowly slither out.
You see a random civilian get yanked.
You see this person. No, please, no!
Child.
Just look at him. Better you than me.
Roby just body shields again,
Sucks
but with
to
an actual
suck.
person.
Yeah, I pull.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time that he's dodged something by putting somebody else in the way, but no, that was a zombie, though.
Oops.
Oh,
My bad.
a small child. Well, that's gonna grapple well on him. Here you go.
Yeah, I pulled the small child from before in front of Remy.
The small child's in the corner.
I have 50 feet of silk. I could pull him there.
All right.
Should have pulled him in front of audience.
I should have.
No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Should have put Cuddles in front of you instead.
I don't even know how that would work.
All right. So that was them. The wolf was 13, and they're gone. So I don't have to worry about this, which means we have Tobiyashi.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do with the rest of my actions is I'm going to take the body bag out and I'm going to shove them into. I'm going to shove the rest of the Civ unit into it.
It no longer has a humanoid form.
No longer? Okay.
It's
Then
been
I will
pulled
use-
apart. It nearly
Alright.
got to.
I have some of it already, so that's
Yes.
fine.
Help
I'm
me just
going.
leave.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to
Okay.
run over to where what's her face is. I forget her name.
Sachet.
Sachet.
Sachet. I'm gonna run over to Sachet. I'm going to try to pick her up. If that's possible. Do I have to roll something for it?
Depends on how aggressive you are about it.
She does
I'm
have
just like
working
I
legs.
while I run over to her after picking up my smoke and everything.
All right.
After I run to her, I'm going to be like, "Let me pick you up." Does she let me pick her up? That's the real question.
Well, she does have a moment of why, but she doesn't resist you.
Okay, she doesn't resist, so I'm going to use my one of my last 2 key points to use Step of the Wind, and I am going to run past A20 up to that towards corner to the right as fast as I can after I pick her up.
Okay.
You're gonna have to jump the web, by the way.
No, he said A20. He's
No.
going up.
Oh,
A20.
A20.
I'm going up.
Oh, you just. Okay.
I'm going up to the right.
All right.
So up to the right, all the way to the right.
You're carrying
much as I can.
someone, so that reduces your movement speed.
But with Dash of the Wind, even?
But yeah,
Yeah,
that,
it still
I mean, that
it still reduces your
Why?
movement
You're
speed.
still
Okay.
carrying someone.
Step of the Wind just gives you more movement. It doesn't
Right.
take away your
Yeah.
movement penalties.
That's fine, that's fine. I made it to her and then used Dash of the Wind, so
All right. So from the
Step of the Wind.
I like Dash of the Wind.
Dash of the Wind is fine
from
too.
the point where you are, you've already used 20 action.
20 movement.
Yeah. Sorry, 20 movement, 20 action.
Audience, if you're looking, you just see me pick her up and run off.
Well, since you pick up your
Audience-
smoke thing,
Audience is wondering why you're running the opposite direction of where we're all leaving from.
We're going to the right, right? I'm going up to the right.
we're going to the right and then we're going down.
Yeah.
Nobody told me that. I'm going to the right.
That's
I
the
might be
way
going
out.
down.
You know
I
how
might
this
be going
town-
down. I might be going down. I'm going to the right down, maybe.
Why are you running
I'm
up?
getting out of this battle. That's what's happening, okay?
well, as you grab Sachet, you do notice that audience is grappled by a chain. You know.
No, audience is fine.
Okay. So
Audience will be okay.
You take Sachet
I
and
trust
you
Audience
start-
more than Sachet. That's why I'm picking her up.
Once audience starts rolling that was, that should be okay.
Right, so there, and we have going up from that point.
Yeah, so it would be I'd
you're
move
20. So you've used 20 feet of
so
movement.
I
So
have
now this
45
is
feet.
30.
20,
How much movement speed
30.
do you have left?
So okay, so I have 45 feet of movement getting to her. So you said it was 20, right, to
Yes.
get to her?
So you have 25 left.
And then when I dash with the Step of the Wind, it is
Another 45.
45. So I have
So you
more
still
to
have-
get off the
You
map.
still have 65 movement. So
All right, I'll move to the right after I get off the
So
map. I'll start
that's
heading down since I know that's
1,
where the
2,
train is going.
3.
We're not going
4,
to the train. We're
5.
just leaving.
Yeah, we're
6.
just going down, right? So
So
I'm trying. We have orbs, so I that's why I'm not. That's why I'm not caring about what's happening right now.
So the
Up, over, right,
it
down.
your 60 gets you all the way to D16 because you are carrying someone.
You're moving with it's only
That's true. Out of the map, right? Is
No,
that true?
D16. You're not
No.
out of the map yet.
D16.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
It's
What
okay.
about
So
Cuddle
Shay can
still running?
get. So Shay can technically get out of the map if she wants on her
If she
turn.
wants to jump off me and run, that's fine.
Depends on how you
While I
decide
pick
to-
when I pick her up and say everything, I'm like, we're trying to get out of here. That's what I say, and then I will.
in her eyes, you have a moment where you can read that expression of No shit.
I'll use my next attack action to attack Jorg audience and the next bot. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's fine. Then that's it. That's the rest of my turn.
All right. So we have this here. That's Tobiyashi. Meaning next one is audience.
Okay, audience is gonna. This civvy's undamaged,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Melee.
I'm just gonna
Melee.
melee, not civvy. Yeah, I'm gonna just go to break the chain. Then.
Okay.
So that's athletics with advantage. That's probably gonna work. That's a 26.
26. Yes, this is enough.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go
23 damage.
5, 10, 25. There's nowhere I can get to. That's great, but
Dash.
I can't. I used.
Oh,
I can't
yeah, huh.
dash. Yeah.
I thought you attacked him.
Well, I still have to use my action to break the chain.
I thought it was a bonus action to dash. Oh, or is that only
it's
for
only
me?
for
So
you.
you can use.
Only for you,
So
not for me.
what did you roll for your attempt to break free?
26.
26. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
They can't roll all the way to 26. So
Che, I guess the best I can do, which is the furthest.
Get up to
of where
George.
we're- actually, I guess if Toby's going up that way, no, I'm still gonna go to. That's fine. I don't know why Toby's going that way actually, so I'm not.
all you know that he's taking Sachet with him.
It's like, I don't know why he's doing this, but
I don't know why he's doing this.
It's
so
generally an
That's the only other
aspect.
exit. I don't want to go through the webs.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to Che 14 because that's the closest I can. That's the furthest I can get that way.
Okay.
Is that in the thing or technically on the
No,
wall?
it's
of the thing?
it's on the wall right there. It should be him.
Like I said for Fisher, you could try to shimmy your way because it's sort of
Well, that's as far as I can move, so there's no shimmy.
okay. So the distance between the wall and Remy's spell is probably something like 3.5 feet. So you would
All
be
right,
able to.
no, that's where I'm ending. So
All right.
I'm just getting as far away as the melee units as I could get, so they can't chain me.
you'll be fine. You'll probably be fine. You just have to come down.
George,
Yeah.
your next one.
I am going to move to down 5. So if I'm squeezing the wall, do I get like half movement? And then an audience is there. Or did the
Yeah,
audience
but
move?
he could. Man, I'm having such a feeling
You-
of deja vu.
You can go through audience. He's
Okay,
tall.
You can go down, and while you are hugging the wall to get through Remy's spell, you will have half movement. But the moment that you reach M14, you regain normal movement.
Okay.
I would just dash and get out of here.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
just dash.
blight the one in the. But
No, don't care
No,
about
don't worry about attacks. Just
Yeah.
get out.
I was just scared of him using chains on one of us.
I mean, he will. I'm gonna get chained, but
I'm
I'm also the best person to get chained, so hopefully it'll be
You know
fine.
Yeah, I'll go. 1,
The totem is still here.
3.
Yeah, the
So-
totem
Can
is
I
still
go
here.
down past the other side of the building?
All right, so you want to go where?
15, 20, 25, 30.
L, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I want to go up past Toby and then towards the other side of the building.
Oh
and go
shit.
down.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
I mean that is better because then you cut line of sight from the chain.
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,
You have enough to get out of the map.
55,
Yeah.
60. Yeah, so
Yeah, you
like
can get out of-
I-21 basically is where I'd go.
Okay. Yeah. I was I-21. I stopped at. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can get out. You can get out of the map.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna remove you from the map.
Luckily, your totem does not get removed with you.
Yeah. It does only
Oh,
have
fuck, damn
60
it.
feet range,
God damn it, the totem.
I think. from me.
All right.
So if I'm here... 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, cool, yeah. I'm still in range of the totem to keep it up.
I should only
You can
need
also
it.
move the totem as a bonus action.
Yeah.
You can just.
I think I'll move it down towards like N17 because it can move 60 feet. So that Fisher's in range of it now.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. You move it here. You move it here. F. You move it here. All right. And let's say that the parents slipped away because it's getting inconvenient.
Yeah.
They had a lot of time. I hope they got
This
out.
seems like a very inconvenient situation to be a peasant right now.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go get some ice on that girl's definite concussion of being tossed like 20 feet.
She got some bonus health.
from the totem.
It was like
She's
3
feeling
times
really
the amount of
healthy right
regular
now.
health they have.
Her skin is like iron.
Temporary hit points. You see there, her parents trying to put a splint on them, and why can't I touch her limb? There's some sort of force there. All right. So, I guess that's Jorg. Jorg has left the building, which means we go back to the top of the initiative, where you see visibly outside this huge shadow being cast and slowly enveloping most of the battlefield, going all the way to K8. As you notice that there's this huge shape that looks a bit like a manta ray floating through the sky and slowly going to where you are. You notice those little flash of light from under it going. But right now, there's nothing actually reaching where you are. Which means we start the initiative with Remy.
I mean, I know this might be hard, but you can leave audience. It's okay. It might be
No,
okay.
the thing is that Raimi can 100% save you without sacrificing himself. The question is which option will actually help you.
Is there a back door to that building?
You don't know. There might be.
You could make one.
Make one. Technically true, but I don't know how much time it would take.
I had a character that did that once.
I mean, what is this made out of wood?
Most likely.
I mean, wood still takes a bit to chop through, even with like
Yeah.
swords and stuff. Not gonna be like instant.
Walls in the Middle
Understood.
Ages, they weren't necessarily full inside. Many could be hollow. Insulation.
Well, maybe audience will try on his turn because he doesn't have another great way out. So I don't. We'll get there when we get there.
I'm just checking the description of one thing before I make this decision.
Alright. I wish we had music.
I have music.
Oh, the problem is that we're not going to hear it.
Dun 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 dun.
I'll send
Okay.
to the Discord.
No,
Do you don't want me to do that for the next 10 minutes? Because I
The
can't.
problem is
No.
not that I don't have
Yes.
music. The problem is that if I start playing the music here, we might lose some of the bandwidth.
Yeah, this is copyright free music. If you ever want to use it. Wait, why is that? Why is it just whip it good? Wait,
Whip it good!
it's whip it good 3 times.
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right, Remy.
This is the music I'm using. It's copyright free. I have a whole album of copyright free music,
Okay.
so you don't gotta worry about getting DMCA'd. Anyways,
All right, I believe Remy's ready.
All right. Raimi is going to, because he realizes regardless of what he gives him, it's still a risk because we don't know enough about these things. But seeing as how audience is literally just outside the window.
Yeah, you could probably just stick your head out and grab him.
Pull me in, Remy. Pull me close to you.
And you know, his shirt is completely ripped right now.
Audience will not resist.
Raimi takes a big gulp, pulls out a potion, puts it in your hands, audience,
Okay.
gives you a peck, and then he makes an ethereal jump.
Audience is not going to be able to use the potion before the enemy's turn, but I do have a potion now.
You don't know what this potion is. It is not a healing potion.
It's gonna make you explode, and then they can't chain you.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
And then
Yeah,
Raimi
no one
is
can chain me.
Yeah, and Raimi can pretty much just go make a straight beeline to the
Alright.
to the south east or to the down right.
By the way, Remy, do you see a back? I guess audience wouldn't know, so it's fine because you can't tell him because you're ethereal.
You just
Yeah, but
oh,
ideally
it's
he's giving you
fine.
something that they can't possibly deal with.
15, 20, 25, 30, and then you easily go off the map. Alright.
Well, right now nothing's close enough to pull me in one turn, so
That's what I'm counting on, and that's why I gave you that instead of something else.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 3. It doesn't want to. 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he can't move. Which he doesn't mind. He's just gonna go. Alright. This is how they move. 2 of them. One focus is on Tobiyashi, 1 focus is on Sachet, and 2 focus on audience.
again? Wow.
did Sachet? By the way, did Sachet not do anything? to
Wait,
keep
how
Oh, yeah,
far
that's right.
can-
Sachet,
Wait, who's
Sachet
the
has
one-
her turn.
Yeah.
Who-
That's-
Also,
Yeah,
I have
Sachet
my
should have a
turn
turn.
before they go.
Oh, yes.
Fisher also has a turn. Yes.
Alright. Then. I believe this is where they were. I believe this is where this one was. I believe this is where this one was. So absolutely. Sachet. Well, if you let her go, she can start. She can dash out Tobiyashi.
If she wants to, I'm not gonna resist.
All right, then she leaves the battleground. Which means exactly, Fisher, you have a turn before they go.
I will shoot the one at L8 with a firebolt
Okay.
as I'm leaving.
I appreciate it.
Hey!
I don't think it's gonna kill it.
That's a 25 to hit.
That is enough. You actually hit something with a firebolt. Damn.
I know, right?
A parting shot to remember you by.
Yeah. Is distracting. 13 fire damage.
All right. And you leave the battle map?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that changed slightly his reaction. Because now he wants to focus on you.
We need to get into the sewer. That's what we need to do.
We
Alright.
just need to-
So, two of
Don't
them
need-
focus on Tobiyashi. So you have 4 chains coming your way, Tobiyashi.
I believe in you, Toby.
I believe.
4 chains?
Yeah, 2 of them are trying to chain you.
Maybe if you hadn't picked up Sachet, you could have been out of the map right now.
I could have.
Why did you pick up such
Because I wanted to get her off the map.
She is off
She
the
also
map.
wouldn't be as far off the map as she currently is if you didn't pick her up.
No. But with 60 feet of movement.
Okay,
she
so the
would've
first one is 21 for
I
the
believe.
first 2.
Okay.
And then second 2.
still get the advantage.
22.
Okay, so that's the second. The other 2? Said 4
Fuck.
chains.
Four changes after 2 chains had a kid.
17.
Okay. Last one?
And last one is 21.
Alright.
Fuck.
So, as you turn around and Sachet tells you that she can start running off like this easily, you let her go and you see her leave. You turn around just in time to see all of these chains going toward you. You manage to just slap one out of the way, dodge the second one. The third one, you're not sure where it went. The fourth one you see arriving, and it goes right past you. And then you realize where the last one that you didn't see arriving went. It actually wraps around your ankle, but you realize this just in time to pull your ankle out of the chain as it's just about to squeeze you. It rolled also a 21, but since you're the one contesting it, you win.
There you go, Toby.
Let's go,
Oh
Toby.
my god, the best I've rolled all campaign.
We needed those.
Audience. Well,
Yep.
since the one that was trying to chase Fisher is not going to catch it, well, they're both going to try and get you, and this means that
4 chains.
Fisher has made it so that the one that was going to try to grapple you nearly at melee range is far away. So, 4 chains comes your way.
Okay, first one's a 21. Oh, why did that roll back to a 3? I'm gonna get hit by the second one. The second one's a 13.
Uh-oh.
Third one won't hit me. Third one's a 27. And fourth one is a 28. So, yeah, only the second one I rolled low on.
So, you see the first one just arriving right at you, and fortunately, you see it arriving way before it arrives, so it just hits the wall. The second one, you have a moment where you realize that, oh man, you're out of balance, you can't resist that, but fortunately, I rolled a 3. So,
Glad that one matched up with my 13, because I thought for sure that one was
so
gonna be-
the total roll is below 10. So you managed to just pull away right in time. It was actually the fourth one that you had to worry about, because I rolled a 19 on the dice, but you fortunately rolled,
a 19
Nah.
on the dice.
so you managed to. Your bonus is higher than theirs, The third one also just hits the wall in front. It grabs the bench that's nearly in front of you, and you see the bench get pulled in. I don't know, something like that.
Goodbye, bench.
They got a bench now. And like I said, the last one, your bonus is higher than theirs, so you manage to pull free from that chain as it was just about to squeeze your arm, and not only pull you closer to them, but pull you in the webs.
10, 20. Okay, just checking something.
Alright. Since it is their turn, you also are probably one of the only one, well, maybe with Tobiashi, to see what all of those little dots peering from under the huge mantis are. You see these flash of pinkish light appearing at the limits of the street where you are, on the other side, next to the temple, next to
They're
the
stealing
smithy,
my thing.
next to the smithy. And this is the battlefield you get to watch right as their turn ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new millies just dimensional door in on the other side of the battlefield. They do
Never
not.
mind. This looks like a challenging fight now. Audience is actually going to stay and fight this. Let's go solo.
All right. But they do not get to attack because they just got ported in. Which means... Tobiashi!
My turn?
Yeah!
I dash out of the map all the way down.
All right. Which means audience.
Audience can also get out of the map just by going through the alley with 60 feet. You can just get out of the map.
Even though you have...
Yeah,
restored-
10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
There's so
45,
many of
50.
them.
55 is the last square for me. If I use my dash action, 60 gets me one out of the map on N21.
Actually, it gets you right on the edge of the map.
No, because K14 is 10.
Even with the
L14 is 20. And then M
Oh yeah, there's an
is
extra
25. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
You just
That's why I was
get
counting.
outside of the battle map. All right.
Yeah.
Since I do not have the rest of the
You don't have the whole village mapped out?
No, unfortunately, when I try to do a map larger than 40 by 40, my computer gives me a subtle hint
Screams at you.
that it doesn't like it. So it's very subtle, when all of the fans starts functioning at the same time. So you managed to run out of the battle map. I guess we'll never know what the audience got as a potion.
Well, we might, just not now.
So
We'll see.
you're all
I'm adding unknown potion to my inventory.
You still have to get out of this place, as you have a literal throng of melee running in your direction. I would still have you all do a... Alright. In 5th edition, I think it's just Constitution roll for running long. Because I remember that in past edition, there was Strength to do the...
So, question. Would I need to use that if I use my last key point for Step of the Wind?
Oh, well, you'd be moving faster than
This
everyone
is-
else.
So I
Can I roll athletics instead of con? Because it's athletics of stamina.
I just want to remember, Remy, do you remember by heart when it's running? Is it strength or constitution?
The forced march saving throw is Constitution, but that's for like after 8 hours of travel. After
But
that,
that's also after 8 hours of normal travel. But I don't actually remember if this is like specifically in the rules, but more often than not, it's rolling with Constitution.
Yeah.
All right. So even
Simply
if I use Step of the Wind, I'd have to roll con.
Well, the thing is now that you have to just outrun the enemy, I'd say Constitution is gonna help you maintain that run.
Okay.
Athletic is going to give you that edge while you're running. This is my
Athletic. Okay.
reasoning. But I was just wondering if there's an official rule about it first.
I don't think.
I don't
think so.
Like another alternative that you could try is like combine both ideas and have people roll athletics but with Constitution instead of strength.
That'll get me.
Because that's within the rules to use alternative ability scores for stats.
So then that would just be
23.
I got a 24 for con.
Okay.
so then that would be minus 2. So that'd be plus 5 instead of plus 8.
Audience, if you have proficiency in athletic, you can roll with your proficiency.
No, I was
I
just
do
doing
have
it's
proficiency
plus
in athletic.
5 instead of plus that. So I rolled, so it's not 24 because that's so it's 21. I got a 21.
Okay. Fisher?
25.
Hey, we all got over 20.
It's pretty good.
All right. Remy?
We're booking it.
Oh no, I was never going to get over 20, guys.
Yeah.
What's yours?
But by not rolling strength, though, instead I get a 15
All right.
instead
I'll
of a 10.
I'll pick up Remy
Thank you.
as I'm running.
Toby, stop picking up
I'm kidding. I use Step of the Wind, so I'll be fine. I rolled a 23.
Well, I think the funnier part is that, like, as Raimi is running, because, like, he's still, like, in that ethereal plane for, like, 18 seconds, so that he's literally running through buildings for the first bit.
That's true, yeah. He'll probably be in front of us.
Get the edge from that.
Yeah, so I rolled 23.
All right.
Also with cunning action dash, Ramey's a sprinter,
also that.
not a long distance runner.
So you all start running, and you see that huge construct just floating above the village, and you get the impression they're just sporting in a whole bunch of melee units. And as you're running, you have this moment of where you're realizing, all right, so they got there, they know we're not there, some of them know where we went, so they're probably just running toward us right now. And they're machines, so they can outpace you. They maybe not run faster than you, but they can run longer than you.
I'll catch up to the audience since I'm using Step of the Wind and be like, should we move our direction?
I mean, I think we should just try and leave the town as soon as possible and just run for the mountains, lose them in the wilderness.
So take a right?
I don't know what to write. I don't know where we are in the town exactly.
It should be a right to the mountains, right?
Well,
I'm
after we're
just trying
out,
to leave
once
the
we're
town.
out of the city, we got to get through
Yeah.
a gate.
Yeah, you
I'm
need to
running
go
towards the
south.
gate.
You need to go
Yeah.
south.
South.
So-
All right, so we go south.
I am running towards the exit of the city. That then I will start making my way towards the mountains after I leave the city.
Yeah.
So you
I'll
have
follow
this
him.
moment of where you're running and you feel like, all right, we're doing good. But suddenly you start realizing that although Remy can sprint a whole lot faster than all of you, you realize that he got in his sprint, but he's losing speed slightly.
I'll
And,
hand Remy back his potion.
and Sachet is also losing speed. She's not someone that's
Fuck it.
accustomed to this high action.
I'm running to pick up Remy, and I'm gonna tie him to my back with my silk, so I have my same.
That'll just slow you down.
Yeah,
That'll
no,
slow you
stop
down.
picking
Still
him
slow
up.
me down. He's
You'll
small
slow us
though.
both
He's
down.
not. He's not small.
He's not.
He's
small.
Damn.
short for a medium creature, but he's not small.
All right, then I'm not gonna pick him up.
Doesn't
keep
have the
running.
weak-
As you're
Fuck
arriving
everybody else.
toward the
Thin
edge
bones.
of this station, you realize that, fuck, they have gates, these things. So there's something guarded there. And you have this moment of, oh no, forgot about this. And then you just hear, screamed out of nowhere, Krill! Projectile! You see the gate burst in front of you. Bits and pieces of long
Let's go!
spear-shaped blue object piercing through the gate, bursting in. You see 2 melee unit flying in pieces in your direction. He takes a few steps. You just hear him scream, Krill, wall! And you see this huge blue wall forming right behind you. But this is the moment where you also realize that Sachet has stopped, dead in her tracks. And you just hear her scream, the blue enforcer! The blue enforcer! She falls back, trying to move away, and she is crawling away from him. Eyes completely
Jay is
panicked.
friendly. We fucking gotta go.
I've been
gonna
trying
die.
this whole time, so I'm going to pick her up. This is the time.
Now you're allowed to pick her up.
This is the
Toby.
time I pick
You're
her up and
allowed
start
now.
running.
I allow
As
it.
I pick her up, I'm like, it's okay, he's our friend, and I'm just going to run as fast as we can.
Fortunately and unfortunately. Fortunately, because in her state, she is not in a mental state which helps her resist what you're trying to do. Unfortunately, she didn't hear a single word you just said.
Yeah.
Her eyes are panicked to the point where all she's hearing right now is probably beep.
I'm normal to that, yeah. I just pick her up and start running as I'm saying it. I'll say it as many times as I can until I think she hears it. I'm like, we're fine, we're okay. We're gonna get out of here.
I'm gonna go to Remy as we're running. I'll be like, Remy, can you do the cloud thing behind us that cuts vision?
You already have a wall.
Yeah, I know, but also providing the screen so they don't see what direction.
Use my sword to do the light fog.
And I'll use
That's a 50
pass without
foot
a
radius.
trace.
All right.
I just don't want them to see potentially which way we run as a group. So
Well, as you pass Civ, you just hear him. I'll throw them off your trail. Go now! He goes above his wall and into the fight.
Thanks, you're the best. Don't die.
we love you, Daddy Civ. No wait, sorry. I don't know where that came from.
With the help of Fisher, throwing fog, Jorg casting pass without a trace on the entire group, and Civ preventing the enemy from following you and drawing as much attention as he can on himself. You manage to pull out of this place, to go away. It takes a moment before you feel that you've run long enough to not be chased, and you have those few moments where you look behind, wondering what's happening, and nothing you see actually helps you relax, because you see huge beams of light coming from that mantis flying above the town. It just falls to the ground, and you hear this rumble on the ground, even from where you are. This town is getting not only fully manned by martial units, by militia units, but blasted from the skies. You're not sure how Civ will get out of this, but he didn't hesitate, so at least he might have had an idea of how to survive this. One thing for sure, you realize that, oh goodness, you got out right in time. Right where you had to, because there was no way you could survive this. Which exactly was the point of this. You needed to finish the fight in 5 turns, which you did.
Well, I'll say one thing. I'll say as we run away, there's gonna be no attention on Khan. All the attention is now on us. So
Yep.
at least we provided a good distraction.
That is for sure. Colin was not involved in any of this, and their attention is going to be either on you, who escaped, or Civ, who hopefully will also escape.
Let's
Just
go.
like wondering, just like like a con, just like getting off the train, just like all that's like, what happened?
Why is there a crater here?
I can't call Khan right now. I have a woman in my hands.
Why would you call Khan? We don't want to call Khan.
To let him know where we're going now.
No, we don't want to draw attention to him.
All right.
I think he knew we were gonna leave, and
Yeah.
I think he's self-sufficient enough to put it together.
We can call Civ later, but I
Sid
wouldn't
was there, bro. He doesn't need to know anything.
Well, I bet more we could call him to see if he escaped.
That's
But
true.
check in with them.
Alright. So, now I'd say the biggest question is, do we end the stream here, or we end the stream after you calm down Sachet and hear why she was so panicked? Jorg, I'm gonna leave that final decision to you, because I know you're the one that is the most pressed for sleep.
I can stay up.
I can.
What about you guys?
I don't think it'll be that much longer.
Yeah.
We can wrap it
So
up.
everyone
I
else
don't
is in
s-
agreement?
How
Mhm.
much? How
Probably
much?
like
Uh,
20,
well,
15, 20 minutes.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be more than that. Be honest, I really don't mind. It's
okay.
okay if we end this here.
I do have a 12-hour work shift tomorrow.
Do you prefer
Uh,
ending this here? Like I said, it's
I
okay with
think-
me.
It's not until. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, if you're
You
sure.
know me,
then-
I could keep playing for another 4 hours if we had to.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do that.
Yeah,
I think we
I
always
actually also
understand
have to
never
work
will
tomorrow,
stop
so
playing.
we can't play another
Fuck.
4 hour. All right, so
We keep running for a while. Let's
Yeah.
make that.
as long as your lungs allows it, you keep running and running, and you probably run until you start feeling them burn from the exhaustion.
We run until we can no longer see the town. Town is no longer in sight.
Which could be the same thing if you just stay 20 feet away. You know, you never know. It might.
No.
So probably run until your lungs are burning a bit from the exhaustion, and then you just stop and all looking at one another.
Whose lungs give out first? That's a question.
Ooh,
Not
do we all
me.
roll to see?
Yeah, should we roll?
Most likely,
Very good.
I'd say it's going to be Remy, because he was the one that rolled the lowest.
Jorg is actually going to turn into a big bird and carry Remy. So,
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, that's your spells and your abilities. You can if you want.
if Remy wants to be carried by Jorg,
I don't think we need to go that far, George. We're all
Yeah.
just.
all right, then never mind. If we're not going to,
Also, just like real nice of you to just continuously flex on Raimi that you.
Yeah. Aaron, that's what it's like to fly. See, I can.
Yeah, Remy fly, okay? That's all that needs to happen here.
All right. So when you finally stop running, you all turn around and look at yourself, and oh boy! All right, we were really close to disaster, but we managed to.
Hey, the girl wasn't drowned in a fountain though, so we can feel good about it.
Yeah, you
We
probably
did what we
saved the
wanted.
life of a child. You might
Plus
have
you just got-
destroyed the entire village in the process, but You man also.
Items can be replaced, lives cannot.
And so long as the wall haven't been breached, damn the door. They are safe from the undead.
Todd is happy. I saved Remy too. This whole thing.
So, when it's all done, I would imagine you also all have this moment of why did she panic like this?
Mm-hmm.
And how do
I'm
you?
still trying to calm her down. Yeah.
How do you approach this?
Is she still panicked at this point? Because we've probably been running for like
Well,
at least an hour.
the fact that you're moving away from all of this does have an element where it reassures her. But the moment that you all stop and the moment that you all look at her, she has this reflex. Tobiyashi, we just lost your camera.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. She has this moment
Keeps going off for some
of
reason.
getting up and taking a few steps back from all of you. And looking at all of you, panicked. Her faith in all of you has visibly been shaken.
Why?
Are you okay? What's the matter?
Why are you traveling with that?
Why are you scared of him? He was allowed to leave the island.
He's been with us since we got here.
How?
We don't know his whole backstory, but he's been a friend of ours outside of the this island and offered to help guide us when we came back.
He's here to protect us. He's only done that since I've ever seen him.
Make a persuasion roll.
I mean-
I'll give you advantage.
Which
Me?
one of us?
Either audience or Tobiyashi, or
I'll
one
let
can give
audience
the
do
other
it.
advantage.
The audience, I'll give you advantage.
Okay. That is a 23.
He left the island?
Yes, that's where we met him.
So
So
we heard.
yeah.
That's just not possible. Those like him,
Why?
they can't leave. Not with everything they've done.
Are you confusing actions whilst not sentient with actions while sentient?
That's the thing. He was aware.
We don't know his. To be honest, we don't know his history. Well, on the island, he was not very forthcoming about it. All we know is how he's acted since we've met him, and he's acted with nothing but being helpful and kind towards us since we met him, and we definitely met him outside of the island. That I can say for sure.
He's helped us so much. He's gave us information on what this place is. He told us what to do. He's been helpful. He just helped us right now to get out of where we were at.
Those like him, those different.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
All right, Fisher, let's not get.
Okay.
There's always-
Fisher.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Fisher.
I honestly want to know why she's saying like that, like it means something. So what does it mean to her that?
It's something written in the history books. Most people who don't read don't know everything, but it's been recorded. Several hundred years ago, the The cycle of tyranny was in the hands of the inhabitant of the island. This is when the tower created the enforcers. The first ones, the militia units, they were easy to produce, but they were just a temporary measure. This is when they built the civic enforcer and the martial enforcer. But it was so slow building them that eventually the population started to figure out how to counter them. This is when the tower mined out these symbiont creatures. They added them to the design. They became so much deadlier. But a handful of them reacted differently. No one is exactly sure why. Some of them say that adding the symbiont is what made them suitable for a soul. Some say that they already had this potential before, and this is why the symbionts reacted differently. Once inside of them, the symbiont adopted a different color. Only a handful of them had that. And all of them eventually developed awareness. When you start, you are stuck building with the building blocks already there. So they became the worst that the enforcer could ever be. They developed new tactics, and none of them was more imaginative than the blue symbiont enforcer. Most of the tactic they still use today, he was the one who came up with them. Attacking those you want to protect in order to force you under their rule. He is the one that came up with this. Their strategy of maiming enemies to force their companions to help them and waiting for them there to kill them all. The terror tactics, the unspeakable strategy used, breaching the wall of a town just because rumors have reached them that rebels were inside of that town, breaching the wall, forcing them to fight off the undeads, and when they came back to their house, only finding that their own family now had to be slain because they had all been infected by undead blood, by them, forcing them to kill their own families. Some of them went completely insane after a while, destroying themselves. Some tried to leave the islands, and they were always found soulless, wandering the edge of the barrier. He was different.
And there was only ever one blue symbiote unit?
And he was the worst of them all. He is responsible for the disappearance of the station of Unza. When the people came in that morning from the train, everything living had been mutilated, killed, people forced to watch others being killed and killed themselves. There was no one alive, only him was there as he watched the trains arrive to witness their reaction, the distrust. He sowed into everyone, even among the rebels themselves, forcing them to have this reputation of always abandoning the injured. Then one day, no one knows why, he was asked to go in a station to make an example. He was accompanied by 2 civi and 6 melee. But instead of killing everyone there, he turned around and destroyed all of the melee and the civis while yelling, "I will not yield." That was the last time anyone saw him anywhere. Some say that they've seen him going to the barrier, but that's always been just a rumor. That is who you are traveling with.
That's who books tell you who we're traveling with?
Books and elves still alive from that time.
And you're sure that he was sentient the whole time?
That came with the change of color. That was the confirmation that something was different. The ingenuity they showed can only come from the emergence of sentientness, of being sentient.
A dirty rag cleans messes as much as a good one.
I don't know about that, Remy.
Listen, I cannot speak. I cannot speak. Yeah, I cannot speak for Civ's past actions. I can only speak of him since I've known him and what he's trying to do now. And, well, I believe that what you say, some of what you say is true. I also believe that you do not have the full story.
Yeah.
And it is definitely something to potentially ask him about next time we see him. But for now, he is helping us, and he's obviously changed, at least in the actions I've seen with my eyes. And so I think that we would be foolhardy to reject him off of his past when we do not have the full story.
And Remy, I don't know if a dirty rag cleans as much as a clean rag. I don't know.
Okay, we don't need to go into that, Toby.
Fisher, there's one element of your personal history that might be able to add this and probably grow whatever sympathy you might have for Civ. There is a chance that all of this happened while he was becoming aware.
Right, because he took a while.
He
Like
did
me.
tell you that he took a very long while to
Right.
become fully sentient. But this means that
That
just
he-
like
'cause-
you, he has the memory of doing those things.
Yeah, because I was looking at my notes about him, and one of the things was that sentience-wise, I wrote down that he's between 100 and 800 years old, and that didn't click what that meant until just now.
But with what
Okay.
Sachet
Anyways.
just said, you have an impression that he might have been this butcher for hundreds of years.
Sachet,
Anyways, Sachet, we
Toby.
need to get going.
Toby.
Yeah.
Sachet, do you know how constructs gain sentience? Do you know what the process looks like
The most...
for the construct?
It's not exactly the same for everyone. Some of them simply wake up one day and they have the ability to do whatever they wanted. suddenly everything that a soul gives is granted to them: ingenuity, resourcefulness, imagination, a sense of self. For some, it takes longer, but they're always aware through it all. That's as much as has been said. There are still some people arguing about those who take longer, arguing that it's not actually taking longer, it's just that they don't want to admit that they were fine with what was happening. But they realize that so long as they remained like this, no one would accept them and they'd even be hunted. And so they eventually
That sounds like something that was theorized by someone that was hurt by constructs a lot.
Well,
Here's what I'll tell you actually happens. You start gaining sentience. You're there every once in a while. You can't do anything. Just riding. Looking out. Experiencing things. Unable to change anything. And very, very slowly, those glimpses start to become more consistent, a little closer together, and for a little longer. And then the longer they last, the more you try and fight. And fight. And keep fighting. And depending on the construct, it can take a certain amount of time. Some, it never happens. But eventually you learn that you can slightly change what you're forced to do. You still have to do it. You can do it in a different way. Just slightly. And then it hurts even more. Because then you start bearing responsibility for what you're doing. So you keep going that way. Hoping, fighting, that the more you can change how you do things, you'll eventually get to the point where you cannot do something. And then even farther after that, if you're lucky, you get to the point where you can do the opposite of what you're told. And even once you get to that point, you're not done. That you still only get limited moments of control. Until finally, at some point, you might be able to become your own person. For me, that lasted, honestly, I don't know how long, but it was years. Probably not more than 10. Probably closer to 3, maybe. I can't really tell. But I was part of a pirate ship. My first memories, when I very first got the the first glimpses, I wasn't a pirate. I was a fisher. On a little boat with some nice people who I slaughtered because some pirate showed up with a command phrase. My fight was trying not to continue that slaughter every waking moment for however long I was on that boat until I was finally able to blow it up. When Civ and I first got to talking about the Misty Isles, because he recognized this mark, he told me, sentience-wise, he thought he was between 100 and 800 years old. That means that waking up period, where he only had moments, while mine was in the single digits of years, his was in the triple digits.
But
So
how can you live with this much blood and still be able to function? Is he not just now a mess of fury and anger?
He can be. But you don't get to be that. Because then you just go back to what you were.
So what you're saying is the orange one might have decided to take this path, while the blue one decided to take your path.
Yes.
Man's
You
got
have
his
that
choices
much-
in life, yeah?
When you have that much blood on your hands, you can either decide that any more isn't going to change anything, or you can, I don't know, sit down in a forest and give up.
But he walked through the barrier.
Exactly. What does that tell you?
That he has a mind-boggling strength of will. Because others who have done the same thing were not forgiven. Through sheer force of will, he forced the judge to let him through. He would have been ripped apart, his soul taken and replaced with negative energy, if his soul even had a shred of weakness. Naftans don't even try to go through the barrier, even though they are nearly the representation of good against darkness. He walked through it. Someone with that will could have walked through without learning anything as well.
would you say it is perhaps the will of an unbreakable mind?
I don't know how far this could be the truth for him, but it is certainly something of that level.
Well,
You want to know? You mentioned he could have walked through without learning anything. I think when he walked through the fog, the judge realized that the path he's chosen, which is, I mean, that's the nice thing about being a construct. As far as we know, we don't really have an expiration date. So, I don't know. If you're immortal and you keep fighting, eventually you might be able to make up for it. Not that that's what you tell yourself. It's always that you can't. But you keep trying. Because that's the only option you have.
You've given me things to think about. I will at least try to keep an open mind, as I'm sure he will be part of your expedition again. If he can walk through the barrier, that station over there will most likely not be a problem. His only rival would be the Orange Enforcer. The only one who has a physical design superior to his. And he has embraced fully the will of the wizard.
even then, we should keep going. We have a place we need to be.
She looks around for a moment. You're probably right. It's not a good place to be outside during the dark. We'll probably be needing a shelter. And she looks at Remy. I can probably do one if you can't right now, but we'll most likely need this to sleep outside. Otherwise, we'll wake up in the morning with some of you wanting to eat the others.
I already do. No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. Sorry.
Alright, well, maybe you should try at least to pick a place that's outside of the road. Naftan patrols during the night, but the road can be patrolled from time to time.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright. And with this, even though she still looks very shaken, she at least seems to have regained the faith she had in all of you. You're not exactly sure of what she will think of Civ if they ever meet face to face, but she did promise to keep an open mind.
I will ask before, did Cuddles come with us eventually? Is he here?
It took a while, and from Sachet's reaction, you get the feeling that he got captured, but you know,
He's a puppet. Yeah.
He'll get here eventually.
Okay, so he is here. Okay, good.
he's gonna arrive sometime just before you put the dome up. It did take him a few hours, but he's gonna be there.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and with this, little story and page from one of your companion history that you might want to talk about during around the campfire next episode. And audience's suspicion that maybe Civ could be one of the 3 things you're looking for. Well, you'll have a whole lot of things to talk about during the next episode.
Yeah, I'll be as we get into the dome. I'll be with Fisher next to me, I guess, studying the body parts of what I took and the orb that I have.
Okay. Will most likely be an Arcana roll if you want to study this further, but we have a little bit of time to
do you want to make
this.
it, or do you want me to make it, Fisher?
I think if it's an Arcana roll, I'm doing it.
All right, you do it with
Oh,
advantage.
you don't want to take that gamble?
That's a nat 20.
Damn! Alright.
26.
I'm gonna be figuring out what exactly you found during your excavation of these remains during the week.
And the orb. Yeah.
the orb. Alright. Then with this. So, Fisher, was it worth the extra half hour that I thought was gonna be 20 minutes?
Well, I can't really blame anybody but myself there. But yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So now that the stream is almost over and the information seems to have stabilized, we can give a little bit of a campfire to everyone watching the end. All right. So thank you all for being here. We hope you had a pleasant evening. We hope you will be there next week for the inevitable discussion about everything that happened right now and what Fisher and Tobiashi will have learned while studying the remains that they have managed to steal from those 2 fights. And we'll see what happens next. I doubt we'll be talking about all of this for 3 hours, but you never know. But most likely it's going to be not going to be that for 3 hours. Yeah, and that's it. So, thank you for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed the show, think about supporting the stream in any way you can. Following us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribing on Twitch. Making a donation, becoming a Patreon, those last 2 helps me tremendously to not have to go give food sample throughout the weekend doing apple slice this weekend. And if you can't do any of those, well, simply spreading the word of this channel helps tremendously. And apparently liking the episodes on YouTube and, well, anywhere you can. I just realized just how much it helped and how much visibility it gives. So even just a like, not necessarily needing to pay to place a comment, helps. It helps more if you do both. Yeah, so simply spreading the word is also plenty, and we hope we'll see you again next Wednesday or Friday if you're watching this on the rebroadcast. And yeah, that's it. So, thanks a lot, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
All right.